Yeah, that sheet.
Just click on the bag of holding and then just hit edit.
No, I didn't. I didn't put anything in the bag of holding. Actually, they didn't have much. They don't have.
What's regular carrying capacity like for a person?
Depends on your strength.
Depends on their strength.
15 times your strength modifier is what you can carry usually before you start suffering encumbrance, up to 30 times your strength score in pounds. So what's your strength score? The big number.
Big boy.
12.
So 12 times 30 for you, you can carry a total of 360 pounds before you're rendered absolutely immobile and exhausted and can't carry or move.
Okay, I'm good. I have less than 80 pounds. We're good.
Yeah.
$100.
If you're ever wondering about your light or heavy encumbrance, you can always set it on your sheet under the cogwheel settings, and in the bottom, I believe it's bottom right side of all those settings, there should be like an encumbrance rule. We are using Variant. Been using it for the past several sessions.
I think I've had mine on constantly.
Yep. As soon as your inventory goes over a limit, it will tell you if you're encumbered or not.
I have pretty strong.
Mine's definitely over encumbered. So if you're ever looking at my character sheet, Tom, just know that that's not real. Because I like to add certain things in the. Yes, it's not the real numbers. For example, I have like 2 or 3 crossbows in my inventory just because I like options whenever I'm doing rolls.
So you don't need to have multiple crossbows to have options. You can have the same crossbow have 3 different attacks.
I'm just saying that it auto added some things, but whenever
you added extra crossbows to your character sheets, you could have an extra.
Well, hold on. Well, that's what I'm trying to resolve right now. Is that you can make it easier for yourself without having your inventory all confusing, but just editing your attacks instead of adding your inventory. Is what I'm saying.
We could go over this, and I can show you.
This is definitely an after session thing that you can show me.
I can show you why I did what I did, and it'll probably make sense.
I mean, I trust that you're managing your inventory. I'm not managing anybody's inventory in this campaign at all. I am trusting that everybody's, sticking to common sense, and if it ever begins to sound sus that you're carrying all this stuff, I will look into it. But for the time being, nobody here in the party is carrying anything beyond their capacity, to according to my notes at least. So I'm not really too concerned about that.
200 tinder boxes.
Yeah. So it's really different parties are different across the board, sort of thing, And I find that a lot of people don't find micromanaging games very fun for some reason. I don't know, they're weird. I can't get enough of it personally, but nothing like tracking ammo.
You should play Campaign for Africa then.
For Africa?
It's literally like the colonization of Africa, but it's literally the micromanagement of warfare. It's apparently a very, very long campaign kind of game, and there's a massive board.
Yeah. Alright. Well, unless anybody has anything for me to want to mention before we start session, I'll just get into a brief intro, and we'll get into it. As always, I accept silence is shut up and start talking.
Intro.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Where are we at? The 10th of Quinpilar, midnight. Picking up from where we last left off then, the party spent the last several days solidifying alliances with various factions throughout Ank'Harel. Your efforts bore fruit as you were rewarded with badges and cloth marking you members of the Allegiance of Alcite, a Marquesian archaeological guild branch based in Ank'Harel's Sigil district that conducts research on ancient history and ruins here. Your alliance with the Academic Institute had Headmaster Grizz Alcatraz award you free lodging throughout the capital in order to expedite your efforts to aid the guild's 25-year-old project of uncovering Calmaro and its long-lost secrets. Some of you have partaken in work for the Temple of the Mentor. You were assigned with spying on an individual suspected to be a cultist of Zahir. Your initial tailing of said individual concluded with breaking and entering his neighboring residence, a slight detour to the Bowl of Judgment, and a reunion with Professor Prolix. With the Allegiance of Allsight on high alert after the attack at the Life Dome, the Tiefling approached you, desperate for your aid. Earnestly, he expressed his fears that someone planted in his pocket an item of antiquity salvaged from Calmaro. Prolix fears that that same someone had stolen his satchel and planted something in to further incriminate him. Hoping that you will help him resolve this plight, he told you he has no intention of returning to the Crystal Chateau or checking in with his superiors until he learns who is trying to set him up. You, in turn, agreed to help, and Prolix pointed you toward his friend, a bookkeeper named Kim, who manages the Omnivore Library in the Sigil District and has records of every item of antiquity salvaged from Calmaro. Prolix believed that if you can determine where the ring came from, you can find the mastermind behind this plot. After agreeing to help Prolix find whomever is trying to sabotage him, you then took him on a late evening shopping trip to Gilmore's Glorious Goods. There, some of you acquired several expensive magic items with the money you made selling the Crystal Chateau's stolen spell scroll of Earthquake. Later that same night, using your new Allegiance of Allsight badges, all but one of you acquired lodging at the Scrolls Alcove, about 2 apartments across from one another, neighboring the scene of your crime done merely hours ago. You've spent several hours talking about your past, coming up with a plan for the coming day, crafting a costume, smoking pipeweed, and guide bolting a bat asunder before finally sitting down for the night. So, it is the 10th of Quenpilar in the quiet dead of night. Zeno. In trance, your mind ponders memories of the past. You dream. You sit on the lip of a fountain. The stones that make the fountain are seething, moving like hardened skin, filling with slumberous breaths. You feel it rise and fall below you, a lazy bellows that lulls you to calm. In the hum, memories of the Claret Order float forth. You recall your days following the Hunter's Bane ritual years ago. As you meditate onwards, you invoke the ancient oath of the Blood Hunters. The words coming to you through memory, through the voices of your companions, and through your own voice. A prayer. As blood flows through and invigorates the body, so faith flows through and invigorates the soul. Ever remember this: thy blood, thy faith are one and the same. Spill not thy blood, nor that of another heedlessly, but do not hesitate to spill either when the cause is just. Suddenly, you come to consciousness to the sound of a scuffle in the street, some distance away, past your window. Melina Nia, you stand in your bedchambers, awake, risen, having found Melina's bag of holding and the Jewel of Three Prayers missing. Wand at the ready, Melina, you made it past the threshold of your door, where you see several cloaked and masked individuals sneaking out of your living room window, your possessions in their hands. "They're awake," whispers one of the thieves. Beat feet, quickly! As the thieves make their escape, Riot, Zeno, Melina, Nia roll for initiative.
Yeah. Never mind. You're doing it. There we go.
Oof.
Oh, why did I roll 20 on that? Or 18.
Right, do you mind if
You go first. You got a higher modifier than me.
my modifier is 3?
Mine's 2.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty then. With that being said,
Quick question though. Am
So-
I not able to get the spell off because I busted the door and was casting it, or is that what I'm doing in turn?
because neither party is surprised, well, initiative is ruled anyways. If they were surprised or
Yeah.
you were surprised, we would be ruling initiative and they will have the surprise condition, right? Initiative is ruled just because this is a sort of reactions going off sort of thing, contest of initiative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know because like you allowed me to be like, hey, Melina, what do you do if you see these guys? And I said I would cast a spell, and then I didn't know if we were picking up from that, and then or if we're just using what I say.
I read
in
over the rules
initiative order.
for chase scenes, and this being a chase, it's the first
Yeah.
thing you do is initiative roll.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go do something real quick. Don't panic. Their tokens are gonna vanish for just a moment, but I am going to rule something here. 1,
Hopefully,
2, 3.
Nick, so long as they don't get higher initiative than me, fingers crossed, I have a terrain, like, manipulation spell as well, so...
Yeah, whatever we can do to lock them down.
Question,
Whatever
guys.
it
In the past, whenever you had enemies in initiative order, could you read their names in initiative?
says. I can't remember.
Yes.
Think so.
We've always been able to see their initiative.
Yeah. But
Not
not,
what I asked.
no, not
Not
their
their
names,
names.
because, like,
Not
Their
their
names.
I can't
Just their
even
icons?
see...
Yes.
Their icons and their initiative order, yeah.
Because I can't even see the other party members' names. Like, only my name shows up.
Good.
I don't know. if it's the same
That
for
is
you
what
guys.
is
Yeah,
that is how
I
it's
just
supposed to
need my
be.
name.
Sounds good. Alrighty then.
Wow,
So
they rolled
20's got your
low.
back.
Yay, go 20.
You said there's 3 of them? Or 4?
It's 3 that you can see. Well, I mean,
I thought Zeno saw the other.
Hmm?
I thought you said Zeno saw the other one down on the street.
Riot, you're either awakening or whatever. You're in your room. You will see what you see in the room, right? But if you're curious, then Melina saw 3 of them.
Well, Riot's still asleep. He hasn't been awoken yet, right?
No,
No, I haven't.
I'm just giving him
I'm on
initiative
the
in
floor.
case. Yeah.
I'm right here.
Hold your action in your dreams.
All right. So without further dallying, with all this happening, Nia's at the top of the round. What would you like to do?
Nia, as she rushes out of the room and hearing the commotion and whatnot, she grabs her bandor, continues out of the into line of vision, and this window is open. Yes.
Correct.
She will, with her bandor, she will cast Entangle. Be good, Bashi. Entangle. You're way at the bottom. And
Wait, where are you
No.
casting it?
I'm going
Out of
to
curiosity?
cast it here. It makes a 20
On the floor?
foot square.
Outside on the floor.
Okay.
Grass.
You must have vision onto the point you're seeing, but I'll allow it. It's fine. You're casting it to the point outside. From the front lawn sprout forth these thick roots that quickly grow out of the ground to grasp at the feet of the 3rd feet furthest from you and sort of grow up the wall and through the window a little bit into the apartment itself, sort of cracking stone apart as it sort of sunders forth. You said it was a what range? 20-foot square? Okay. Right. I'll just, if you're not gonna draw it, I'll draw it, I guess. You guys gotta remember that you have drawing tools if you want to use them, but that's okay. So a 20-foot square will be something like this.
Sure.
Is this the area you want to affect? Like, not targeting yourself, obviously it will be like something like this.
Think that's it. Honey, I can't see all the squares. Could you turn the squares up? Because I can't see them.
I drew a square in a bright green line. Do you not see it on
Oh
the
no
map?
no no! Sorry, I
The
meant the
grid.
game tiles, like the tiles.
Oh, you mean like the grid? Yeah, sure. I can turn
Yeah.
up the grid.
Thank you.
Let's make it like a grayish color, and turn up the opacity a little bit, or tower down rather. Bum. Is better?
Yes, thank you. Oh wow, the tallies are so much bigger than I thought they were. Yeah, so that is, so they have to make a strength saving throw against my spell DC, or save DC, which is 14.
You got it. Just fixing a square so we're clear on the area of effect. Okay. Targeting these two, correct?
It's supposed to be 3, so I can't be...
So like this?
Yeah.
Cool.
That.
You got it. Allow me to just set something real quick. Character sheets. Strength. Alright, the one closest to you rules a 7. Failing. Getting what? It's restrained.
It's entangled.
Entangled. Creatures restrained by plants. Is it a I'm just looking up if it's grapple or restrained.
Restrained.
It's
Not capitalized, but okay.
restrained.
What level spell is entangle? Somebody can look it up for me, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and place them on actual squares, so they're on actual squares.
It's a first level conjuration.
First level, so that's kind of like the restrained.
You want me to look up the...
Yeah, if you don't mind, you're saving me time. I'm rolling for a strength save for the other two right now. The second one rolls a 11, failing as well. And last one.
A restrained creature's speed is 0, and it can't benefit from a bonus. Any bonus to its speed, attack rolls against this creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has a disadvantage on dex saving throws.
I understand what restraint does. I was looking up the spell. So third one rules a 7, so all three of them fail. Shitty. Okay, and that
Look,
was
my
entangled.
Totoro. We did this dance. We made the plant scrub.
So I'll put it in chat for you.
Grasping leads to advance, path from the ground, 20-foot range from ground, from direction, from the ground, high, Christian arrow, and house, strength roll, or be restrained. Interesting.
Restrained.
Good fucking first level spell.
Yeah.
Is it non-concentration too? That's dope.
It's concentration.
Oh, I just didn't see it in the thing.
Yeah. That's fine. It just means that she painted a giant target on her back. As the roots entangle, the three of them, you hear a third one struggle just past this first of the window. Riot, from the sound of struggle, I'll give it to you. You have the choice of either ignoring it, up to your character, but you do hear, like, clearly something is going on outside.
Riot will wake up with a yawn. Oh, grab his gear, start putting it on, and he'll just walk towards the door because he doesn't know what else is happening, and I can't open that door and make it outside. What's happening? And he doesn't say anything. I can't do anything else because I actually put my gear on, grabbed it, and then went outside.
Okay.
That's all I got.
We have Xeno.
So Riot just randomly got up, put on gear, and walked outside for no reason.
He's checking what's happening outside the street, yeah.
With all that perception, you didn't see Xeno staring out the window.
No! He just woke up. He's a sleepy kitty.
Alright.
That's 35.
I'm gonna use something's real 20's lagging out on me. Move. Here we go. I'm gonna move here.
How much movement do you have?
My dash. 30 feet.
Moving through right, shoving him aside wordlessly is difficult terrain.
We can pass through players' friendly space. I'm just passing through.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing something. Yes, I am running by. Using my dash action.
Okay.
If I need to shove him, I will shove him. I'll push him into the other door. And then I'll also say, right, there's people leaving Melina and Naya's room. Get over here.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll just end my turn. I don't know the bonus action because I'm not entirely sure what I'm about to do. That ring I got, that requires a bonus action to do something with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use the bonus action to turn on that rage thing. A ruidium.
We're saying you took the time to attend to it. Sure. I'm looking up the Ring of Fred Fury to see what it does specifically. This is the first time that you're using it. There he is.
He sucks the life out of the wearer.
That's not what the agenda says. As a bonus action, you can use the ring to gain the following benefits, which last for 1 minute until you are incapacitated. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When you hit with an attack, you can add your proficiency bonus to the attack damage. So I'll have you, as the rule initiative sort of goes around, make a modifier for that. Difficult, if you haven't already. Difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement, and you are immune to the paralyzed and restrained condition. Neat.
There we go. That is turned on. And that's my turn.
Make me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. 1 charisma saving throw coming up.
Okay. Fair enough. You activate Ring, it flashes red, and you can feel its power surge in your hand, giving you that extra boost of strength. The thief in the back row is holding the ladder, lets go of the ladder, and cursing, seeing the restraining, entangling roots around them. He's going to go ahead and make attacks with this scimitar that he unsheaths from the scabbard, cursing in what you can clearly hear some sort of a orcish or maybe goblin language, and just sort of slashing at the roots at his feet, making 2 attacks against the vines. 18, 20... for a total of... well, actually, it's an action to get out of them, isn't it? I'm going to say part of the slashing is an action. What is it? See, I'm rolling against Megan to get out. Strength saving throw for your entangle spell.
Strength check.
Yeah, what's the DC on it?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry, it's 14.
14 rolls an 18 to get out of those entangled roots, wasting an action, and just Melina, Zeno, and Nia, roll me perception checks real quick as you see him wielding the scimitar with one hand and then clutching something in his other hand. Nia and Zeno, with your eagle vision goggles that are on your eyes, they zoom in on the detailed trinket in his other hand that he's holding. And Nia, you see this just glinting past the window. He's holding that ruidium spell component that Riot stole from the apartment just across from you guys. That red coral, that festering coral. He's holding it in his other hand, and as he unsheaths the scimitar and lacerates those vines, he holds it, hugs it close to his chest, and just looks toward his fellow mates struggling, and they just scream at him, "Run! Go!" And he begins to book it, taking his movement, running toward the north.
He's not at the very edge of that, is he?
Hmm?
That first 5 feet would be difficult terrain, even if he's free.
Yeah, which is why I only move him 25 feet. Yeah. Alrighty then. We have the next in order, the one who's like halfway across the ladder, but now like sort of getting wound up in those Vines, the one who's speaking to all of them, giving them commands in that whispering, purring voice. She'll make the same, I suppose, wasting that same action. Strength against a, you said 14?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one with the
6.
amulet, though, right?
Yeah, she's close enough to you to see that she is holding your bag, actually. The entire bag.
Oh, she has everything.
Yeah.
Or whoever this is.
Oh.
That person has everything. Okay.
Except the ruidium, apparently.
Yeah.
I should correct it. It will be the first one to run away because you kept the coral. I don't know the coral is in there, so he will be holding the bag of holding. I just gave him 3 items, and I just remember the coral was in there. So sorry, the first one that ran away, he has the bag of holding. She's holding the jewel.
Okay.
You actually. I won't even make you more perceptions here. As the two of you look at her hand, you can see it's like clawed and like furred a little bit. It's not a human hand, almost like a dog or cat's paw. Alrighty then. So she fails to not move, not get out of those vines. So 6. Okay. I'm just waiting to see if she can. Canning, action, dodging. Okay. I guess that's all I can really do at this reach. Yeah, no. That's good. That's a good spell. I'm literally going through the entire stat block to see if there's anything else I can do. With that being said, Melina, it's your turn.
Sorry, I should have
So-
wrote it down. You said the person to the north running away has the ruidium chunk and the bag?
Because you put the ruidium chunk in the bag,
Yes.
he doesn't seem to be aware of it. They just took whatever they found. I noted for myself in my notes that the ruidium chunk was in the bag of holding. He has the bag of holding, yes.
Okay, he has the bag of holding, this person in the window has the amulet, and then this person is just another person.
This person is also holding the amulet.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Do you understand what I just said, though?
Yeah, this person up to the north just has the bag, but they have their like own chunk or whatever. This person
No.
in the window has the amulet.
So the person who ran away first has the bag of holding. The person at the
Yes.
window with the furred hand has the jewel of repairs. The other person in the room with you also has the jewel of repairs.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm gonna do this then.
Yeah, and you guys see that because you're 5 feet away from them.
I'm gonna go 5 feet here. I'm going to cast Vortex Warp. They have to make a. It's actually a 17 DC Con.
Another creature, so a singular creature, right?
Yeah, creature.
So which one are you casting it on?
On the north one.
Oh, through the window. Yeah, okay. Making a
She's
constitution
like,
saving throw.
"No, get your ass back here."
Ah, that's a good fucking snipe there, using the map. That's good. Constitution, eh?
Does that vortex work? Can you literally move them wherever you want within range?
Yes.
So
So it doesn't
17.
have to be next to you. It can be wherever.
Yeah, wherever I have vision.
That's
of.
awesome. Okay.
17 is what he rolled.
Then I will silvery barb it.
Remind me, it's been a week.
He has to take a new roll.
Try again.
Can you? Are those 2 level spells? How can you cast 2 level spells on the
Silvery
same turn?
barb's a reaction.
It's a level 1 too, actually.
Silvery barb is a reaction.
You cannot cast 2 level. I understand it's a reaction. You cannot cast two level spells on the same turn, unless it's a cantrip.
That's okay. I'll cast it instead.
All right.
Okay, yeah, use teamwork. He has to be within sight. That's the only thing I think. Take a trigger. Don't turn. You can choose a creature from you. You can
The only thing is my
you
spell
can
DC
see.
is
So let me check something real quick. Megan, unfortunately, he's beyond walls. You cannot see who he's targeting.
I can see Nick though. That's all that matters.
Notes.
No.
You can choose a different creature you can see within range. The chosen creature has oh. I know it's so weird. The way it's worded is like you don't have to see the first target you target, but you have to see whoever you're giving the advantage to. I'll allow it.
That is weird.
That is weirdly. I'll allow it. Just
But
so
haven't we been-
for the sake of what? So.
Well, I was gonna say I've been using the silvery barbs as a reaction because even though it's in my turn, you can only cast it as like an action, bonus action, or whatever. But I'm using it. I'm burning my action though to take that because doesn't that give me like the ability to be like, well, it's your reaction. You're reacting to it, to what's happening in the field.
I'll step your direction. I'll give it to you. If you agree that I can do that in the future with my NPCs.
Yeah, I mean that's what we've been doing
Heck
the
yeah.
entire campaign.
That sounds great.
Cool.
Okay, so we're gonna use Melina's.
So
right?
well, Nick is going to use his because he wants to burn 2 spell slots to use a reaction.
Close off.
Sure. I'll allow it. Silver Barbs, I'll roll it again then. Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution.
Sure thing. Just making sure I have the right fair sheet because they have different stats. That is a 3 + 3 for 6. Where are you moving this one?
He's gonna be moved to here.
Okay. For
Actually,
a moment,
no, put him here.
vanishing out of that space, almost like entering a portal that shatters the space before him, and then re-shatters him back into the room. And he just looks on and is like, "Ah,
My bad.
what?"
Can you describe that, Nick? Like what?
Yeah.
What would I see? Because I'm chasing this guy, and then I just like to rehear because you've done it before. What do I see again?
So basically, when the spell goes off, you start to see him. He's like trotting away and everything, trying to get out. And then because I'm a chronomancer, I'm just flavoring everything like that because it's fucking cool. You start to see like him like kind of schism and everything like in air, like he's like playing on like a half a second like time loop, and then you just see him just kind of like dissipate, and then you hear him kind of like come into the room to your left.
Fix your latency, bro. Okay, so after seeing that, I would just immediately say, Riot, Melina, suck, vortex this guy outside. Head into their room.
Riot will respond. You mean the guy that just popped up in front of me?
Get him!
Yeah, I'm also going to be yelling when that happens. She's going to yell, seize him.
Right, you notice that the front door is open. Like,
That's what I'm saying. He's right in front of
there's
Riot
a single like broken lockpick in the lock.
Aw.
Yeah.
Who wasted a lockpick? Bad thief.
Alrighty then, that's reaction, action. Any bonus actions that you want to use, Nick, by chance?
Bonus action, I don't think I really have anything. I'm going to... I'll actually stay here, and then that'll be my turn.
And for your spell save DC, it's whatever's on your sheet, really. You're the ones that only sheet is the absolute one. Sometimes it will show up strange in the text in chat. I don't know. I'm not sure why. The one who's holding what seems to be the second copy or just a second jewel, 3 prayers, even though you thought these things were unique, turns to you, Melina, and Nia. And targeting, like extending out a hand, begins to whisper a spell. The words sounding normal at first, maybe like a little bit of that elvish accent to it, the lilt, and then begin to like slow down. As you begin to feel your very essence, your very perception of the world begin to slow down as well. Can I get you both to rule me? I believe it's Wisdom saving throws, please. Both Melina and Nia.
You can do it.
What did he cast?
Slow.
Alright, both of you go 13. As time seems to sort of alter around you and begin to sort of slow down, just in a small sphere around you just spreads out and catches you in it. You're going through like your wand movements, Melina, trying to like work them somatically, and your movements slow down to a crawl. as you are affected by, indeed, a slow spell. For as long as it lasts, your effective AC is down by 2. You are your speed is halved. It takes -2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws. Cannot use reactions. And on your turn, you can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both. Regardless of your abilities or magical items, you can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during your turn. And if you attempt to cast a spell, either of you, I'll have you like roll me a d20 and pretty much to beat a DC to try and cast it in one turn instead of like being slowed down and casting for a whole round. A creature is affected by the spell. It makes another wisdom saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending it on a success. So that is slow on the two of you. I'll go ahead and place a little icon, like a little watch, just so I can remember. Okay, so that will be action, and since we were just discussing bonus actions on the same turn, you begin to then see the hand return to the body and clench as space itself, the very air begins to sort of compress into the thief's figure, and then you feel drawn into it, like almost like being spaghettified into a black hole as gravity gets distorted very briefly as he just whispers these dark words. That'll be Nia. Can you... No, there's no save. You take 4 force damage, Nia.
And I suppose that also ends her concentration, actually.
It doesn't end it, but you do make a concentration saving throw against 4 damage. The DC will be 10, it's just a constitution saving throw for you. If it's 10 or lower, your spell drops.
8.
That was entangling roots, then frail off the creature. But yeah, I mean, you did slow them a little bit. He could have dashed out there. Okay, so spell broken. He then, still whispering the spell, will... I'm just reading the rest of this. In addition, the target can use a reaction to float. You see then the thief floats upwards like 5 feet off the ground and begins to just fly out of the window with the jewel of 3 players in his grasp without provoking an opportunity attack. That's all part of that. So that's going to be 20 feet though, not full speed. And then...
Zeno has a new target.
Hmm?
I said at least Zeno has a new target now.
Yeah. And then 30 feet hover. So 1, 2, 3, and 15 feet off the map. This will be a chase if anybody takes him off, but I will note it in text that he's 15 feet off the map. With that being said, we are on top of round initiative. Back to Nia.
But he casted fly. Left.
He casted Distort Gravity as a reaction. He gets to move, and then he uses movement to move to the rest. This is what we agreed to, Nick. I'm just showing you what happens when you allow bonus action, reaction,
I'm just curious what the spell was. I don't see it in chat.
Because I'm rolling secret, because I don't want you guys to see their names. Because they're masked and veiled, so I don't even want to show you guys the creature, sort of thing. You can watch the video afterward, but the spell is called Distort Gravity if you're curious. I can describe it more in details next time. I'm trying to flavor them, but I'm just also trying to take a fair amount of time in my turn. Speaking of fair amount of time in my turn, Nia's.
You guys have been talking.
Yeah.
So
2 feet north. Just right like that for now.
sorry, getting slowed down like really changed a lot of things.
I bet. And he is concentrating on that spell, so I'll go ahead and put a little concentration icon on him so don't forget.
And he's the one that's flying, right? So.
He's hovering like 5 feet off the ground and sort of essing his way out of there.
Hey, Tom.
What's
Fly
up?
requires concentration spell.
Say again?
Fly is a concentration spell.
Fly
It
is
wasn't
Fly is not the spell he's casting.
Oh, sorry. Distort
I'm on it. As soon as Nick told me like, oh, we can use reaction, bonus action, and action spells, I'm like, delicious, great. I have another caster on my team. Let's see how this goes. I'm all for it. I'm all for customizing roles, especially with all that being said. It's very cool for marshals. Sorry, Megan, we'll keep interrupting you. You have a plan?
Gotta figure something out. I'm guessing I have to do it. So my movements have less dex and less AC, and I have to roll to see if I can cast a spell in one turn. And I only
You have to roll to see if the
action.
spell even succeeds, if you want to know how the mechanic works. Slow is like you roll a d20, if you roll 11 or more, the spell is being cast with the next turn. If you roll less than 10 or 10, the spell just outright fails. Slow.
You said the reverse gravity is still concentration.
Distort gravity. Don't look up spells. Don't worry about it. It's like NPC specific spells. I put trust that you know your abilities. Put trust in me. Do you want to think about your turn, Megan, maybe, and give Riot a chance? Since you guys
Sure.
sort of rolled 20-20? Okay. And we'll get right back to you? Okay.
Right. So, does Ryan see this guard over here?
No, that's left off from the morning. I'm sorry. I did make very clear that there are no guards around the building. Very strangely, dead silent night, no guards.
Just want to make sure. So,
Yeah.
Ryan's just going to walk in. Is it a bonus action to close the door, or...
Free object interaction.
He'll just close the door.
Just
And
make
as
sure you
he's
close it once you
walking-
go in the building.
Yeah. As he walks towards this one, he'll speak in Thieves' Cant. You should be very careful of who you actually decide to steal from. And as he walks forward, his hands just like kind of turn in a circle. Why don't you stand still for me, please? And then like starlight will slowly go from his thumb, light up on each finger, and he'll just turn and then clench his hand. And all this creature would feel is starlight just shimmer over his body and just like try to seize him in place as Riot casts Hold Person.
Neat. Constellation like net wraps around him. He'll go ahead and make that wisdom saving throw.
DC 15.
15. Don't have a modifier for that. Well, I do, but just vanilla one. 21. 19
Riot
plus 2.
will also continue walking forward to stand in the way.
Okay, so for like a good 2-3 seconds, the constellation wraps around him like a net, and he's like, no, and he just bursts out of it. You continue to walk toward him within melee range.
Yeah, he's just gonna stand in there and he's just gonna pull out his dual scimitar and just hold it.
Okay.
I have nothing else.
Alrighty then. So back to you then, Nia, if you got your turn figured out yet. Okay.
So basically, Nia will advance one square, and she, with her spear, will basically do a nice, or attempt I guess that's kind of a grapple, but basically do a hook motion of basically getting her spear in front of the thief, and basically trying to hook him around and give him either in this square or this square.
So you're trying to grapple? Yep.
Trying to swat him away from the window.
You're trying to grapple and move a creature. Go ahead and make me a athletics check, please. I'm just checking if slow affects athletics. Only dexterity saving throws. No, that'll be your full turn then. That is a 15 plus your modifier for a 17 versus their either athletics or acrobatics, which I will, for this Master Thief, pick a nice acrobatics. Yeah, I'll take the plus 7. Probably roll low though. Nope, 26. as the whispering, purring figure, which at this proximity you can notice a female figure. She just wriggles and dexterously swaps out your semi-slow moving hands, still being held under spell. The good news is that at the end of a turn, you get to reroll that wisdom save against a slow spell.
Since I can't... actually, I guess I can... Since Riot has entered the room and I can see him, I cast Bardic Inspiration on.
You cannot use
Riot
bonus action at the same time as you use an action to grapple. Slow.
What?
You're slow.
On its turn, you can use either an action or a bonus action, but not both because of the slow spell. A Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action. Your grapple attempt is an action because it's part of your, it's a special attack.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Cool. I'm done then. So I will take my wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw.
saving throw to try and press your will against the. Still affected by slow, unfortunately. Okay. Going on with combat, we have Xena.
Alright, so this guy flew out the window and is 15 feet off the map. I can run. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be like 75 feet from you, yeah.
And move here. Since, yeah, math, let me just double check.
Sure thing.
Plus 30. Okay, so he's 30 feet away, plus 15. So he's 45 feet away, it looks like.
45 feet, yeah.
Alright, I am going to cast Command on said dude. Level 1. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to cast Command, and I'm going to do sort of the whole come. Kind of like when you curl your finger toward yourself.
Sorry, I'm 12. Just immediately, you curl your fingers, commanding him to come forth. Yes. So.
Yeah, just come. Man, there we go.
Okay. I'm just sharing a look with Lorian across the internet. Just like we both know what we thought. All right, so now we have wisdom saving throw against your come hither command. Yes, wisdom.
Lorian, you can just hang out in the pub by yourself, being useless.
He's not being
No one
useless.
is looking
He's
me up yet.
yeah.
No, I'm
He's
sleeping.
useless.
Yeah,
He's useless in this situation. He's useless because he
So-
had to go back to the tavern. He spent 5 silver pieces.
So what's the DC? I rolled a 16. Wisdom
Oh,
save.
well, fuck yeah, that totally beats my DC. Can I use inspiration in some fashion?
Yeah, of course. If you have inspiration, you can use it to.
I got one inspiration from my Sun Tzu.
You're wasting resources for success, so it's another wisdom
Yeah.
on him.
Need something.
Flying 20 for the second one.
Everything's fucking failing on us. We're just a bad luck.
So that's the fall of the dice.
Totally burned that inspiration, but had to do something. All right, that is my turn.
No problem. Flashing back into the room through interdimensional space and back, still disoriented by both the assault of Dunamantic magic teleporting him and the settlement of constellational light, the thief in the room looks towards you, Riot, and through the mask and the cowl, you can see the eyes are almost sympathetic, like, I'm not fighting you. And he will push aside, and you can go ahead and, if you want, take an opportunity of attack, if you wish, because he's
Could I do
taking.
something different rather than taking an opportunity of attack, because I see sympathetic eyes. As he moves by, rather than taking attack, can I grab the bag of holding?
No.
Can I? Oh, I was like, Can I do a grapple to attack? So I'm trying to think of
Okay, every time we will deviate away from rules as written, I will be like, I will allow it if you allow my
Alright,
creature characters to
how
do
about
it
this?
to you and see how you like it, sort of
I want
thing.
to try grabbing for his hood and pulling it off.
Make
if
me
I
a
can just-
dexterity check, purely dexterity. And
Yeah, no worries. I would just.
yeah.
My character's not going to attack. I just want to do that. 22,
Natural 20 versus his 22.
So would that not succeed?
No, because natural 20s, as much as they are the highest you can do, they're also, this is a skill check, right? For a total of sort of thing. So
Is this not a beats situation?
I'm gonna say it's a beat speed situation. You pull off the hood, and though the mask is still on, you can see the hair, you can see the pale skin, human. It's Irvin.
Right, we'll just say why.
Arvin?
I'm sorry. And he, as yanking away from your hand, you're sort of still clutching in your paw, in your outstretched, maybe feeling a little bit of a betrayal or anger. Your claws outstretched towards his hood. You rip it off as he runs past, just taking the dash action to dash out of there. 30. That's cool. I'll allow it.
Hilariously, I can still keep up to him.
Alrighty then. Okay, so no longer restrained by the vines and such. The feminine figure at the window next to you there, Nia, is gonna go ahead and dash at full speed. She's not even gonna. She's gonna recklessly not even disengage. So if you want to take an opportunity attack, you can. If you want, as she will attempt to flee north, sort of splitting in a northwestern direction. Excuse me. 30 feet this way and then 30 feet off the map more, if because I don't think you're gonna stop her in any way, but you can definitely damage her on the way out if you wish. You're gonna save your reaction. You cannot take your reactions because you're slowed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like,
We're both learning our spells. Yeah. Fair enough. Melina, you can see now the spellcasting figure hovering off into the northern side of the street, and then the another thief leaping out the window and then quickly maneuvering across the street on all fours, just and then climbing up halfway up a building at this point. I'm speaking about this one. This is the second one. I was on all fours. Yeah. She's got zoomies.
Yeah, I have that slow effect on me still. So I'm going to cast.
If you only can be out the window, you can be here. You can put yourself on a square. I just want to make sure that you have the proper distances.
So
I can even go ahead and delete this, so it's not on your token.
So I have a question.
Stop.
If I was to cast a spell, from my spell book and everything, it's it has that whole thing where you gotta roll a d20. But if I'm casting something that's already stored in a ring, is it bound by those effects?
An item is like casting a spell from a spell book because it just allows you to cast a spell. It's the same. It's the same mechanics if you think about it. It supplies the material components for the spell, but you're still going through the verbal and somatics to cast a spell. Yes. Let me go over the.
Yeah.
If you attempt to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, roll d20. On a roll of 11 or higher, the spell does not take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its action on that turn to complete a spell. If it can't, the spell is wasted. It's
I just didn't
casting.
know if it was bound by the same, because you have to cast the spell into the ring, and then it's technically stored. So I don't know if it's just you releasing what was already casted previously.
You're still using the same casting time to release. Yeah.
Okay. I never ran into that before, so that's why I was just asking. I didn't know if it had.
It's good for you to know too, because you might pick up slow as a Dunamancy wizard. So yeah, I'll just post the whole spell just for funsies into chat. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to cast Dispel Magic. I don't know what I rolled.
On self?
8. Okay. I can cast. dispel magic up to 120 feet, and even if that person starts to run, they should still hopefully be within my range, even within 120 feet. This person to the right here, up north.
Oh.
Oh, Galthariad.
Yeah, I thought he was guessing it himself.
So then hopefully his hover will stop, and then his slow will stop too, because he'll fall to the ground because it's all dispelled. But that'll take effect at the beginning of my next turn. But he should still be in range.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what's the range of spell magic?
120 feet.
Yeah. He's moving at his top speed, but like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, and then that's I think that's all I can do.
Okay, so you're
Then I
taking
have to make a wisdom save.
your whole turn to and make a wisdom saving throw to shake out of that. Your DC, my friend, is gonna be a 15. Nope.
Okay.
Still slowed.
You guys know talking's a free action, right?
You're also 20 turns away.
I mean, who knows? I'm fast. Who knows?
No, I did the calculation actually. Nice, so you can get there in 2 minutes. 1 minute is 10 turns.
At this point, pursuing was going to be a chase skill check, as the disguised individual yonder, still holding onto his slow spell, begins to flee at his top dashing speed. That will be 15 plus 60. 75.
Slow
Pursue.
have a range.
Once cast, no.
Okay. Okay.
It's until you shake it off. It's already being cast on you. Just like
Doesn't
if-
it says you alter around up to 6 creatures of your choice in a 40-foot cube
Yeah.
within range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but once it's
And
been
he-
casted, you can. It doesn't matter.
Basically until either I break out of it or until he loses concentration.
Correct. Yeah. It's kind of like you're in Tangle. You can cast it at a spot and just run away like a kilometer, and as long as the creature cannot, as long as the spell lasts, it will last, right? Either the creature breaks out of it with its own will, or the spell just expires by its time, or the caster dies or something. Yeah. That most spells are like that are like AoE. You don't have to stay in range. Nothing. The thief will just continue on running as we're top of round. As they're getting away, a chase will be a pursuit. But if you wish to keep slinging spells or whatever, go for it as it's Nia's turn.
I know that Urban won't be able to get away from Ride that easily.
Yeah, so Nia will go like this, use this little trellis or ladder here. I'm going with that counts as extra movement, so that's 5.
It is difficult terrain and you're slow, so you only have half your movement, just so you know.
Okay, so I make it to the bottom head there.
Yeah, you can make it as far as like 1 square away even, if you want.
Keep clicking the window instead of me.
I'll delete the window altogether. Here you go.
There you go. Okay, so Nia made it down to here. That's her movement, and this thing is 40 feet north. Oh, of course, speed. So these two are technically off the map, yeah?
Yes, and I have another map ready in case you guys want to pursue them, but it's just a matter of you guys deciding what you want to do.
Nia would look over to Zeno and be like, Do you have hot pursuit?
Do you have hot pursuit?
What is hot pursuit?
Zena's like, I ain't a cop.
I have no idea what she just asked.
Oh, was MIL slow now, like in real life?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Let's chase these freaks.
Chase him, yeah. Run, guys, get the cardio in.
Yeah, that's right.
So
You should wake up Julian.
Early morning, 1 mile in.
Julian, they're getting away. Oh, get to the point.
Like they're in the freaking the
So
happy fun ball.
Irving has the bag, and these two have each a copy of the jewel.
Jewel
Yeah.
flippers, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, Nia's gonna go all out. So she made her way down, and then she's going to attempt to go straight out and cast Psychic Lance
Okay, so you're casting,
on this one.
and
Well, I could cast on either of them.
yeah, so you're casting, and Melina is casting. Go ahead and roll me a d20. Nick, did you roll me a d20 by the way?
Yeah, I did. I got an 8.
Oh,
God damn it.
fucking rip. Fucking rip. Okay, so that spell slot is used, unfortunately, as your spell. You're trying to speed up the proper components for it, and then it just whiffs and just fizzles out. You do get to roll a Wisdom saving throw against a DC of 15.
No, you need a 10 or lower for the spell to go off. So if the lower you roll, you're rewarded.
The lower your roll? That's
Yes.
an interesting mechanic.
That's
On a
11
higher,
or
the
three
spell
higher,
does
the
not
spell
take
doesn't
effect.
take effect.
On an 11 higher, the spell does not take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature uses its sole action on that turn to complete a spell. If it can't roll an 11 or higher, the spell is wasted.
What?
So, if a creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time for one action, you roll d20. 11 or higher, the spell does not take effect until the creature's next turn, and the creature must use its entire action on that turn to complete the spell. If it cannot use an action, or it cannot roll. Oh, I guess if you
Yeah, if it's out of
if
your
you
target
roll
range,
10 or lower,
then
yeah.
then it's still wasted. But if you roll a 10 or lower, your spell goes off as long as it's still within the parameters of the spell within. Its,
So your spell went off,
all
Nick.
that stuff. Yeah, my spell is going to go off at the beginning.
Sorry, I didn't know how to help
Like
him because I misread my spell. Good thing we caught that. So your dispel magic went off. He's on foot now. He's no longer hovering, meaning
Wouldn't that also mean slow is dispelled?
no.
No, he has to drop 30 feet, take fall damage.
Slow. Well, he's not 30 feet up in the air. He's like 5 feet off the ground. But if you cast on yourself, it would spell off yourself. Slow is not cast on him. You're not spelling slow off him. If you damage him, you might knock him out of concentration. That's another thing. But he's now on foot. He no longer can hover up on rooftops. So I'm gonna put him on the ground. So that matters. That does slow him down.
Wasn't he 15 feet up? I remember him being like
He
45.
was off the ground.
You guys are gonna gaslight me on my own. He was 5 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Thanks.
I was 15, sorry.
You see
I also
him,
thought it was-
Nick, as you cast your spell, you see him like trip off the ground and just collide face first into a cart. He is actually 60 feet away then, which makes a difference in the chase as he's getting slowed down. He just collides into like a cart in front of him.
But
He
then
died up there, yeah.
the slow spell will be done then, though, right? Because that's if it's dispelling everything, it's everything, right?
It's not dispelling everything. I'm not gonna cast slow. I'm not gonna cast dispel magic on you and dispel all the spells that you've cast unless they've been cast on you. For example, your mage armor or anything that targets you will be dispelled. You're dispelling spells that are affecting creature, etc. If you want to spell slow, you would have cast it on yourself because it's affecting you, the creature, or affecting an item.
Oh, I thought I had to cast it on him because he's the one in control of the spell.
Okay.
Because then that way that would dispel.
Was your intent to
magic.
dispel slow?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do because I thought if he
Cool.
held it, it would disappear off everybody.
This helps that we address what our intent is. We'll go with that then. On your turn, you've cast a spell magic on yourself. There is no DC for you to beat because slow is a third level spell, and I believe third level spells or lower just get dispelled outright, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna say that you're dispelled. You're no longer slowed.
Oh, okay.
He's still he's still hovering then. All right, all that handled. I'm just trying to catch up with what happened here. You then rolled lower. Your spell went off right away, Nia, because you rolled a natural 1. And I'm just trying to remember what spell you cast.
Oh, I cast this one.
You unleash a shimmering lance of psychic power from your forehead at a creature that you can see within range of 120 feet. Alternatively, you can utter a creature's name. If the name is if the named target is within range, it becomes the spell's target even if you cannot see it. Cool. Anyways, the target must make an intelligence saving throw. You were casting it on which one? This one on the... That one, okay. Master Thief will go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw. Intelligence. +3. Or 7. Failing. On a fail, the target takes... go ahead and roll that 76 psychic damage. On your 4th level enchantment spell. Pure damage. Psychic, eh?
Oh.
Oof. 28.
Take that damage.
She does. Screaming out onto the night. Alright. Immediately scraping the wall as she momentarily trips and grabs onto her temple and proceeds to climb up onto the roof of the building that she was climbing. No, evasion does not even help with that. That was not a dexterity save throw. Just going over her sheet real quick. Okay, no, that doesn't... She takes that full 28 psych damage to full effect. And then end of your turn, you rolled a wisdom saving throw of 13.
Again.
Still being affected by it. Alright.
Isn't
Rubbish.
there a condition with that spell as well, or am I misremembering?
A condition
Yeah, it's,
with Psychic Lance,
if they fail,
they take damage.
they're incapacitated.
Yeah, when
And is
they take
incapacitated.
damage and is incapacitated until
You
their next turn.
incapacitate, and the creature falls. She will go ahead and fall, taking the blunt damage as she falls 2 stories. 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, he was the one in the air.
She's not in the air, she's
We're
like climbing a
playing.
building, but yes. Okay, so she has fallen. Incapacitated until when?
My turn.
Jesus. Incapacitated. Okay. Brutal. Riot. All new spells all
Riot.
around.
Level spell.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ryan moves 30 feet and says one more time, "Just drop the bag, Urban. I'll let you go. Just drop the bag," and he'll cast a whole person again. Celestial light wrapping around Urban's form again as he releases.
Constitution saving throw of 11 plus his modifier for 14 total.
A wisdom
Wisdom? So it's an 11 plus 2 for 13 total.
that would fail.
Fail? He is what?
15.
Like grappled? Restrained?
He's paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed? Even worse. Okay. So he just like seizes and then like falls face plants onto the pavement, just sliding 3 feet. As he is prone and paralyzed there.
Just let go of the bag. I'll let you go.
Is all he manages to say, paralyzed. Alrighty. You're not affected by slow, so you still have any bonus actions you wish to use?
I don't have bonus actions.
Bonus. Alright.
I don't have any.
Okay. We have Xeno's turn then.
Which was it? This one here. I have one thing. Was it this one here that fell down?
Yes.
Incapacitated. Okay. And 30 feet north of this top square, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to get my distance. Well, I would move my 30 feet, and then I have no idea what I see. I guess it's imagination of the mind at this point.
But he's going 2 different directions. I cannot put 2 maps at the same time, unfortunately.
No, yeah, I gotcha. No problem. And then this one is still flying because the dispel magic was somewhere else, right?
Yes.
He's only 5 feet up, so you can't reach him.
Yeah.
What's that? What would you say?
So he's only 5 feet off the ground, so you can reach him if you really want to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep moving this way, and then I am gonna shoot the guy that is flying. I'm gonna pull out the heavy crossbow. Couple of +1 arrows. And I'm firing at the hovering dude.
That'll be at disadvantage because it's beyond 30 feet, right?
Heavy crossbow.
Then roll a heavy crossbow.
Oh, I clicked it. It's the same thing.
Click one of your 3 crossbows in your inventory. Okay. 17. Let me just check. meets and beats. As you see the enchanted crossbow bolt pierce a magical, like almost like a shield veil around the individual, as gravity is still condensing around him as he is lifting like his ring up to sort of bend magic around it. The arrow pierces through his field and then hits for 10 as he makes a concentration saving throw against your 10 piercing damage.
And you can add your proficiency bonus. I did not add my proficiency bonus, so that's an additional, because I got the ring fury going, that's an additional 3 damage, but the con save. Did he fall?
Nope. Still holding on to concentration of his spell too. Why would he fall? Because like they're not dispelling arrows, but yes, he's still holding on to concentration. Yeah.
And again, second round.
23 definitely hits for a total of 13 plus 3.
13.
Oh, you have the modifier right there. Cool. 13 hits, so damage first. Piercing the magical sort of armor around him. Another concentration check versus 13 damage. 19. And then, so maintains concentration on his spells, still holding them, as desperately he continues on moving past. I'm just checking here real quick. The stab block. No, that's it. Go ahead and... No, he already rolled for it. That's fine. Okay, so you continue to feel the ring of power pulsing through you. That red rage enchanting your attacks. Anything else you wish to do on your turn?
Nope. That's all I can do.
Okay. 10 and 19, unfortunately, does hold on to the constriction. Irvin, sort of knelt on the ground there, paralyzed. It lasts till he shakes out of it.
He can roll a saving throw on it, but that's his turn.
And paralyzed. I'm just looking to see here what are my options here, if I have any at all. Paralyzed is one of the worst ones there. Incapacitated, cannot move or speak. The creature automatically fails strength saving throws. Attacking as a creature have advantage. And attack creature is critical if the attack is within 5 feet of the creature. And incapacitated just means I cannot take actions or reactions. I can only save.
Yeah, you can only save.
What's the save? Constitution?
15.
15? And you sure it's at the end of his turn and not your turn?
It's, I believe, the end of his turn. I'll repost the spell.
If you don't mind. I just want to be fair toward all your old spells as they're getting slung around here.
Wisdom save on success. End of its turns.
Of its turns? Okay. So Constitution saving throw for 6. Still paralyzed.
He's paralyzed. Alright. That
Question.
makes life easier.
So, how does a concentration saving roll work? You just have to roll higher than the damage you took?
No. So the damage you took determines the sort of DC difficulty class, but in terms of how it works, some spells require you to maintain concentration in order to keep their magic active. If you lose concentration, such a spell ends immediately. If a spell must be maintained with concentration, the fact appears in its like duration entry in every spell, right? You can also end it requiring no action at any time.
Yeah, so with this guy over here
Yeah.
who casts slow on us, he's taken damage twice and he's rolled a d20 for it, hasn't he? To hold his concentration.
Yeah.
Even though he's taken 23 damage, but when I took 4 damage,
As I
mine
was saying,
lost.
as I was explaining, taking damage, whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. The difficulty class equals to 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. If you take damage from multiple sources, such as an arrow and a dragon's breath, you make separate saving throws for each source, which is why I made him roll twice. The first attack, the DC was 10, met and bet. The second attack, the DC was whatever it was, and I rolled 19, which was higher. That's why he maintains his concentration. Yeah. Taking damage,
So-
being incapacitated, being killed, casting another concentration spells, all those things add concentration.
Yeah. So I took 4 damage. I rolled an 8. So, but I'm going with I need 10. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, it's either 10 or half the spell's damage, whichever one is higher. half of 8 is 4, meaning the 10 is higher.
Thank you.
No problem. So, incapacitated, that creature does not do anything until the beginning of your turn there, Megan. So, Melina.
I'm going to use. Actually, let me get this first. If I was to like open the window and like jump down, how far of a jump is it? Like 10 feet?
Not even. It's like half a story. It's like a porch height.
Yeah.
Like 3-4 feet.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like open up the window and I'm just gonna kind of like take a leap out, kind of like do one of those cool like action rolls maybe or something.
Make me a dexterity
Like,
ability
heading to
check. Do 3-point land.
Yeah. Ninja. Hidden ninja.
Oh yeah, fucking ninja warrior. You do a front flip like Bloodborne style and end up.
landing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neat.
So then, does that take like how much movement?
It's difficult terrain, difficult to go climb through a window. So it's like just 10 movement to climb through a window. Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Do you have any climb speed like Riot does, or like any of these thieves
No.
do? Then it's difficult terrain.
No, I don't have a climb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I use that because it was 10 feet then. After that, I'm going to use. He's what you said, 75 away. I'm going to try and use another vortex warp on him. Zeno is actually where he is on the map, though, right? Or is he like northward, like X amount of feet?
He's where he's on the map, I believe. You ended your turn there. Otherwise, I would have put a little text beneath his token.
Okay, just making sure. Then I'm gonna vortex warp, who I think is Galceriad, and then he's got to make a DC 17 con.
Since you all are gonna be on the north side of the map, and then Riot is gonna be there with Irvin, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you guys on a chase map, and I'm gonna flip back to Riot on his turn, essentially. So you guys have like a distance showing, and you'll actually see the street ahead of you guys.
So I'm going to ask this question real quick. They're moving away, so they won't hear me or see whatever I do, right?
Oh, they're way past your hearing range, and you're past their hearing range. Okay, so Vortex Warp. Which one? The one that's incapacitated,
Galceriad. Yeah, the one who's
Galceriad?
Hold that bitch.
You know what? I could have tested it. I could have said Neem just to test it when I used my lance.
The Constitution saving throw. That's a very good way of using that spell, by the way. Just if it fails, you're your own, but if it succeeds, it's pretty good. Constitution saving throw on that guy. You got it.
That guy.
Mm-hmm. It's a veiled guy. 15 probably fails your. Okay.
Is this like a pillar right here?
It is. It's like a brazier platform, but there's no brazier on top of it right now.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stick that person.
You look at it, it has like street names on it. It's like an obelisk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick them right here.
Right here?
They still have their turn.
What's the range? 90 feet? Okay.
90.
Yeah.
Actually, let me think. I don't know what's to the right or anything. I'm trying to like block them off and do whatever. I don't know which way they can go. Probably they can literally go in anyway. Yeah, just like whatever right there. Yeah, and then that'll be that. And
But
Sure.
you couldn't put him in my range, because then I would have... No, I can't take a reaction. I'm fucking slow. Slow.
So that's gone. She dispelled it last turn.
No, I didn't.
On self, not on Nia. Okay,
Oh.
so Nick, you're putting that thief there?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the thief there.
Okay.
And then that's my action. And then bonus action. I don't think I have any bonus actions that I can actually do. Okay, and then mentally, if I'm able to, like, is Julian on his way here, or has he just not been woken up yet?
No one's
Nope.
talking.
I have not been woken up yet.
Then I'll just mentally reach out to him and then say, "Wake the fuck up! Run your
Wake the
attack.
fuck
Wake
up,
the
samurai!
fuck
Why did you stay all the way over there?" And and then if I'm able to do that mentally, it's easy. And then I'm just gonna say, stop them, no matter the cost, even if blood is spilled. And then that's gonna be her turn.
Cool. With that stream of information still casting through your, how many hours you have left on your one-way communication? It's like 4 hours left.
I don't know. What time of day is it?
You ruled like 8 hours,
How
right?
long have they been? Yeah, I rolled 8 hours.
Yeah, like 4 hours left. All the time in the world
Okay.
till morning. So go ahead and roll me initiative, Julian, as you are. Let me check on the map real quick. What are we dealing here with?
I think it's something like 2,400 meters away.
Fucking Christ, Julian.
If you're running towards the hairy mongoose for them, it's 2
1
minutes essentially for him
Yeah,
originally.
he won't even get there.
Somebody tell me how much that is.
And your dash is, with your dash you do what? 90? 120?
120.
Like 90 or 120.
120.
Am I able to call for the guards?
That's the weird part. You're looking around in this general vicinity of the apartment, and the immediate vicinity of this block, not a single guard in sight.
I would still call out.
Okay, sure. So cool. That's like 22 turns.
Oh my god.
I mean, if he gets out of the house now, which that's what happens when you're like half a city block away. All right, you roll initiative nonetheless. I'm making you roll initiative in case this becomes a chase sequence, because then it'll become much faster than combat. It's just a matter of what they choose to do. Where's my turn order?
I am still slow.
You're calling out, Nick. What do you say? Like words. What's being shouted out in the street?
She would just yell for guards, thieves in the street, and that's pretty much it. And on top of everything else that she said, stop them no matter the cause, draw blood if needed.
Oh, you're talking to the guards now. I thought you were talking to Julian. That okay, cool.
Oh no, to Julian, I'm just saying, wake the fuck up, like,
Samurai.
where the hell are you?
Alrighty then. Fair enough.
You really want to spawn back, like, what's going on? What's going on? Why are you waking me up?
Okay, your screams do reverberate out onto the street. You see several like lights sort of turn on as people like bring candles to their windows and curiously look outside. One window like right up across the street above you just opens as a woman just shouts, "Shut up, you drunks!" But then she's like, "Oh God, get the guards!" And she goes back into her apartment, shutting the window shutters and disappearing out of view. So that drew some attention. On his turn, the thief you just drew close to you. Discombobulated by the sudden launch back to this sort of space, turns to see you and Nia and Zeno, and sort of quickly maneuvers around this pillar in this sort of direction. And then sort of turn around, taking time to cast a spell, not dashing all the way, but keeps running, and then pulses out this gravitational wave outwards toward, in like sort of a wave pattern that radiates out of him. Zeno and Melina, it hits both of you guys as it ripples out.
17.
Counter spell?
Yeah.
All right, help me out here. How would you rule this as Dungeon Master? This is not a spell, technically. It's an ability of the creature. It's not listed as a spell. It's,
It doesn't say have the word spell anywhere in it.
Have you ever seen a monster stat block?
Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah, I'm asking.
Do you know how it says claws, roar, howl, and it will say like an ability, and it's not
It would be like my breath weapon, right?
True. Can you dispel a breath weapon? Is essentially like a dragon's breath
I would
weapon.
say probably no. Then if it's
No.
a thing, if it's
an innate
class
yeah,
thing, yeah,
it's an innate
It
ability.
can't be counterspelled.
A spell can be innate. That's the thing. This is it's like a feature, if you will. It's like almost like a class feature. If I can undispel smite,
Yeah,
if I can undispel, yeah.
If you can't dispel like chronal shift, like how I have, like as a
Exactly.
class feature, so it sounded like you were casting a spell.
I'm flavoring it because I'm giving it all flavor,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
no,
is
I know.
one of the
It sounded
abilities.
like it.
Yeah.
Well, then, I wouldn't be
You
able
can
to
counter
do
it.
So good news is you keep that spell slot. and reaction. As supposedly Gastariot causes a rippling wave of magical gravity to fill forth and spill. We have Zeno and Melina. Make me strength saving throws as you brace against it.
Wait, what did you post, Ryan?
I just went on to D&D and Beyond to see what the rules were.
Nia is a strong dragon.
Throw this in here.
All right, and Melina, what was your
I need to get a
strength saving throw?
Hold on.
So Nia, you take 15 force damage as you wait, not did I say Nia? I'm sorry, Zeno and Melina is what I meant.
Oof.
Oh no.
Okay. The two of you guys get captured in the gravity wave, and you're like pulled back off your feet and into like a central, like sort
I
of
rolled an 18.
point in space. Oh, you did. Okay.
But you only gain one of those.
You have advantage because of the ring. So as you begin to get pulled, the ring just kind of roots you in place as these like reddish curls spring forth beneath your feet and like just latch onto your greaves, and you hear like a voice, "Stay." And you take 15 force damage. Zeno, Melina, you take 31 force damage and are pulled back like and crashed against the cart over here as the cart itself like sort of condenses into you and almost traps you in like a semi-conical cage. The front is open, but the back is just like a pair of wooden claws that sort of brace against your back now.
Does it take?
Yeah.
That counts like as a regular action. It doesn't break concentration, right? It's not like cast because we established it's not a spell, right? So we're good, right?
It's not a spell that requires concentration, therefore it will not break it. No.
Cool.
That being said,
You said I took half.
you took half, which is 15 force damage. Yes.
Okay, and I didn't get pushed.
No, you remain in place, and then you look below your boots, and those rickrolls then just sort of dissipate and like become mist and disappear as you. The ring keeps you in place there.
Oh, bitch.
Alrighty then, and then we have bonus action: distort gravity once a day. I cannot cast it again. Never mind. Just going over the stat block real quick. No, I moved 10 feet, and I'm going to continue moving in toward the fallen ally there. Another 5 and 15 feet off the map. Go ahead and put that there.
Wow, these fast. Without dashing, it's moving like.
It's
40
30 feet movement from the pillar. Yeah.
Oh, I suppose.
All right, so that was the end of that turn.
Nia's going to save her action. She's going to she's gonna hold her action, which will be she's going to hold the spell Cloud of Daggers. She's gonna hold that spell for this one. She's going to move her 15 feet. I didn't think that this one or here.
That's that one. That's 15 feet. No,
That's
this one is
15 feet.
That's 15 feet.
That one's 15 feet. Cool. She's gonna be here. She's holding Cloud of Daggers to use on this one. Either for just basically whenever he goes to move.
He's running. He is already moving.
I basically want to hold it until after I've had the attempt to make my wisdom saving throw.
You're still casting the spell if you're holding it. Holding it is using an action to cast a spell and choosing a trigger condition to waste a reaction to then trigger the spell. That's what holding means.
Okay.
So
She'll just cast it.
okay.
Cloud of Daggers on this one.
Okay, roll me a d20. I see now how slow works, Nick. It's like, if it can't, just means that if in between you casting a spell and taking the whole turn to cast a spell, if anybody incapacitates you or makes it so you can't take an action, that spell just fizzles out.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense in my head than what I thought initially. That I was like, that
Going with 18
coin flip to
instead.
fail a spell is fucking brutal. So 18, you're essentially slow casting as daggers form around your hand, and one by one slowly begin to chase after that target you are casting. I'll go ahead and put that on your token, just so I remember. Casting. Alrighty.
She's gonna upcast that to level 3.
Sure.
I don't roll that now, do I?
No, you're again, as the way a spell works, you're casting it for your entire turn. Will not finish casting until the beginning of your next one. Riot.
Oh.
At the end of your turn, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
it.
No. Okay. Riot.
Me?
Yes. No, not you. Sorry, I'm taking cross-talking here. Riot, it's your turn.
Riot is going to walk up 25 feet and crouch down, or would he be facing this way? Is his head? Or, like, how would he fall?
He fell face first into the street, so you're facing his feet right now. Yeah.
Riot will be beside him. He will crouch down, and because he can't move or anything, Riot will just reach in and take the bag of holding from him.
Easily done. He doesn't even roll to contest.
Riot will also. This is going to be a little bit of RP flavor. Just he's not doing anything right now to him. He's going to reach out, remove the mask from his face, and while he does that, he'll look at him as like, Irvin, you have your own choices, and if Riot's looking down, does he see the necklace still on him?
Yep.
Riot will reach down and lift up the necklace and tug it a bit, so Irvin would feel it and be like, you can make your own choices. You chose to be my friend. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to let them hurt you. But don't try doing this. If you're willing, meet me at the last... crap. I need the end name. The first eclipse. Like you said, for a drink. Let's talk. Tell me what's going on. Tell me everything that's been going on that you've been worried about. You don't want to be doing this. We're friends. Our groups are friends. Some of us might have differences and do not see eye to eye, but I know at least you and I do. And Riot will then step back and let go of the spell.
Okay, as you let go of the spell, Irvin manages that. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
On. When I really fucking need it. 13.
13. Irvin looks up at you and now no longer held by your spell, looks back and is like, I'm sorry. You look at him without eating an insight check. You can tell that he's genuine. It's almost like his hand was forced to do this. Should you just... No, he doesn't make a move for the bag at this point. You have swayed his heart as he looks around and sees that his friends are nowhere near to see him. And he just shakes his head and he begins to like run toward the north, away from you.
Meet me at the end. That's all Riot will say.
Okay.
And then Riot will just wait to run after everybody else after.
Okay, watching him run into the dark, he, with roguish dexterity, vanishes into like a dark alley and out of sight. You have a tinge in your knowing that you can rejoin your friends, but if you let him go now, this is the last you'll see of him in the foreseeable future, probably. Like, he'll vanish into the night.
He's letting him go.
Okay.
He's not gonna...
I'll go ahead and put him out of initiative rule for the sake of this, as you've let Irvin go. The bag of holding is in your hands, weighing as the 15 pounds it always weighs. Alright. Go ahead and use the last of your movement if you still have it. As Zeno, you take your turn. At this point, Riot, are you okay if you're rejoining the friends, but I'll put us on the other map?
Yeah, put us on the other map. Riot's just going to be doing double movement and like that, and he's going to use his Tabaxi running for a move.
That's what I figured you'll do. What was that you want to say, Julian?
Are we saying that Julian is grabbed his bag, he's running towards the party? Doesn't matter if he's not on turn order.
I told you to roll initiative. I was waiting for you to do that.
I
Maybe
did roll
you.
initiative. For some reason, it didn't appear in turn order. I just noticed during
That's fine. Hold off on it because I'm going to be re-rolling initiative anyways and putting the numbers we have now because I'm putting us on a new map. It's not going to remember initiative order, so I'll be ruling it anyways with everybody on it. And I'm going to say, for the sake of fun in the game, that time passes. This is like sort of going a little bit forward in the chase. Spells being cast back and forth. I'm going to put us on another map, not too far away from the block we are. With regards of how far all the other thieves were, I mean, Irvin's gone. Galsariad is right next to you guys, and then the feline is just coming out of her incapacitation. What was it, like 65, 75 feet away? So I'll take all that into account, and I'll say that you've made it halfway to the party at this point, just for the sake of fun. I'll give you the same amount of turn orders that I gave the guards to arrive. So as you're running, toward the Butlock, sort of through the Sigil District, you can see you can hear, it's the dead of night, so you can hear this, like maybe half a mile away, the sound of spells going off, and some guards like marching off, maybe like half a dozen of them. Like there's 3 down one street, another squadron of 3 down another street, all in their Hand of Ord armor. So this will be our chase night map, and we're starting from the side. Let me know, guys, how vision is for everybody. I think we should be here.
How far would they initially be away from me at this point?
Well, I'm gonna load everything. So we had the climber literally land like over here. She's like right over there, yonder. Prone on the ground, incapacitated, and we had the red cloaked thief. Well, I'm gonna put him right there. And then I said, let me look up. Sorry, I'm just looking up the distances I put him on last time. I said he ran 15 feet north. 15 feet north on this map being the left, as we're running down the elongated path toward the direction they're running, right? So 15 feet from you guys will be this far away. Not too far away. Didn't make it that far. Alrighty then. Placing that here, placing that there. Map might take a little bit to load because it's a big map, I think. If it takes a little bit too much time for you guys to load, go ahead and zoom out all the way. It might load faster in a sort of lower resolution version. And we'll see how that works. But in terms of Riot using your feline speed, I'm going to give you like a couple turns.
I can move 120 feet for 1 turn.
I'll give you 1 turn, 1 round for each everybody before you join the top of the round. So, we're just going to re-roll initiative real quick. As I'm re-rolling initiative and we're figuring this all out, if anybody needs to take a break, now's a good time. And I'll go ahead and add the numbers you had before. So oops, 20.
Sorry, I thought we were re-rolling.
No, you can re-roll it. It helps me. It puts your initiative on the turn order.
He just changes the number.
Yeah, I can change the numbers afterwards, post-fact. It helps. 10 from Melina.
Wow.
Zeno.
With a nat 1 still has an initiative of 15.
Zeno, you were at 12.18.
Just need you to recognize my power.
My ultimate power.
Julie, natural 1.
I didn't hear anybody want to go on break. Do we want to just keep this going? Like, what do we say?
I'm done. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still fine.
So, Tom, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
The ring that I've attuned to, the Ring of Power, does I have to speak a command and I'll get a spell slot back? Do I just think of the word for it?
You should have created that word when you attuned to it first, but yes.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I will do it. I'll do it now.
You could just make it up on the fly. This is indie. We're just playing this for fun. So, but yeah, you have to make a verbal component for it. Yes. Hold up, guys. The D&D Beyond, D&D Beyond. Rule 20 is being a bitch for some reason. So I crashed. Clandestine. We'll go ahead and roll.
Some water real quick.
It's fine. Initiative, descending order. And then Julian ruled a 5. I'm gonna say this. Realistically, it will take you forever to get here. I feel it's unfair to punish you by having you sit here for 3 hours doing nothing. I think lesson was learned. I'm gonna have you walk into this scene now. Okay, we'll just do that. That way you can be part of a session. But we've learned our lesson, didn't we? Don't sleep halfway across town, because then if something happens, then I'm gonna say Irvin got away and things could have happened differently. But whatever. I don't want a player to sit out a session. It just feels bad.
Very differently if you were here for sure.
Yeah. Alrighty then. I'm just gonna have you guys start in that position. That's fine. Now I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Do you want to continue this as a combat, or do you want to continue this in a skill check as a chase?
Nia's gonna do terribly because she's slow.
Whatever you guys choose.
I'm on a blood path at this point.
Cool.
I'm thinking combat.
Yeah, I think combat.
I will say that Riot
Sounds
has
good.
been wanting to hurt Galsariad since the beginning of time. So if he gets us there,
Didn't even
you know
avail
what's
him,
gonna
but
happen.
the only person to use Dunamantic magic in all of Ankarel is Galsaria.
Riot will gladly kill him, to be fair.
Fair enough.
When I heard you describing the spells as being gravity based, I was thinking like, is there anyone besides? I was thinking like, this is a rare school of magic. Like, who besides Galsariad is using this? What kind of thief is using this?
Also, Neem would be able to learn from Galsariad.
Anybody can. Anyway, let's concentrate back. If we're not taking a break, and I think we were on Xeno's turn when we.
I'll have to reload.
So who? Okay, this is some lady that fell. She's the one that got incapacitated and fell. This is the one that was or is still hovering.
Yes.
Right here, blue. Okay. Alright.
Anybody else like crashing constantly because of this map or some shit?
Yeah, everything's fine.
No, I haven't had a problem.
Nope.
I'm like crashing every 10 seconds.
Alright, what I want to do
Yep.
is I want to run up. I want to tackle this son of a bitch. I want to tackle them, but I want to use the immovable rod to aid in tackling them, with the end goal of basically what I imagine is wrapping. If I were to come up from behind you, wrap the rod around your chest, your neck, whatever, and flip the switch on the rod and just hold tight. So
It locks in
sort of
place.
bear hugging.
Midair. Go ahead and make me a grapple check with advantage. That'll be your athletics. Versus a d20. 2. What did you roll? Because I cannot see chat because my roll 20 is being poo-poo. Okay. You grapple. You've grappled the creature in place with your rod as it remains there steadfast in midair.
I'm just gonna hold on tight, trying to squeeze whatever breath I can out of this person. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Wait, you're choking them?
No. Yeah.
Do keep in mind that this is the one that I'm casting Cloud of Daggers on.
Well,
Yep.
shouldn't have casted Cloud of Daggers because we're all getting hurt today. I'll take damage if I have to.
Okay.
I think it's only a 5-foot cube, so okay.
It's fine. I'll take the damage if I need to.
Zeno, as you are sort of like grabbing this person and just sort of choking them, holding them in this clutch, sort of pressing. It's more like you're pressing yourself, drawing yourself closer to the bars than really you're drawing the bars closer to them. As you do that, go ahead and roll me a perception check, just a mid-combat perception check.
Let's click this little macro.
Okay. You just hear the choked cry as you've effectively muted this individual, and he might be actually suffocating, no longer capable of committing to any verbal spell components. Getting up from the ground, the second thief gets up from prone, looks up behind her, and sort of almost taunts you with a glint of the jewel and then wraps it on a thin sort of chain around her clawed palm, and begins to use the rest of her movement, 45 speed, to get up on the roof here. So it's going to be 15, 20, and then 15 additional to run across the rooftop for only this far. Getting up for prone really slows her down. Alrighty then. As she begins to run across the rooftops, Melina.
If I was to stay kind of like over here somewhere, I would be able to like look up onto the ceiling, right? Or where she's at, where she's running.
You can you can see
like,
her, like she's running along the edge. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're like 20 feet off the ground, these buildings, maybe like 1 or 2 stories some places. And then you can see her like silhouette across the night as she's vanishing into darkness. But you have dark vision, so you can make out the silhouette against the moonlight. Is it dark?
Oh, God, sorry, excuse me.
Well, I guess you cannot see because I made the rooftops invisible for a purpose, yes. You can tell that she climbed up here, and you can see her like sort of going across that rooftop.
Yeah, because I can see the token a little bit, like right here.
Well, because when you think about it, can you really see rooftops from bird's eye, like unless you have a bird's eye view? Or you're on the rooftop?
Well, that's why I'm asking if I was to step further out away, if I'm able to see, because she couldn't... She only had so much movement, but I was just asking, like, if I have line of sight on her.
I'm gonna make your, if it's an attack, it's gonna be with disadvantage because you're sort of you know where to target, but it's gonna be calculating where she's at now as she's moving up on the roof. Unless you're on a roof, it's just you have clear line of sight.
I was gonna cast
Can
a
you teleport me
spell.
up there?
Are you here right now?
Yeah, we said he arrived just like at this nick of
Oh,
time.
yeah. Okay, it's Riot who's
Turn
coming in.
behind.
Yeah, it's Riot who's coming in 1 turn. Okay.
Just for the sake of
Yeah,
fun.
I wanted to get up there, and then I'm gonna take Julian. If you want, I can vortex warp you up there,
Yeah. That makes...
and then I'm gonna vortex him up there, and then I'm gonna put him like right there, like next to her, like wherever.
Yeah, you like aim like 5 feet off the rooftop, just like in a mid-air point, just to drop him. Yeah. Yeah. Where are we dropping, boys?
Where are we dropping?
Where we dropping?
So like here?
Yeah, however close I can get him.
Sure.
To her, or whatever it is.
Literally feet away. Alrighty. Anything else, Andrew?
That should. I don't have any bonus actions. No. It should be up.
Alright, coming up. So, Julian, you're on deck as the grappled individual in your midst lets off a chuckling cackle as you're choking him, as he gasps for air. He's going to go ahead and try and choke out a spell, but not succeed, probably. Let me go ahead and try that. Okay. That's recharged. I'm just looking to see anything else here. Once a day, once a day, once a day. Nope, just gonna remain there. Okay, so letting go of the bar, he just puts his hand to your face, Zeno, and you feel a cold sensation, and then your entire face just momentarily just go absolutely numb. Like all life drained from it. This is gonna be a drain potential. Attack for 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
That hits. Nick, any reactions out of you?
I'll do a chrono. Well, is it a... What's he
It's a melee
making?
spell attack.
I'll use chrono shift.
Chrono shift. Rerolling that then. A 19 to hit. Let's try. Zeno, as you feel this, for a moment, your vision goes black, and you feel your essence stretch into infinity across space and time, and then very rapidly you dissociate with your location and feel your body lose balance and drop backwards as he drains you for 28 necrotic damage, negating 5.
8?
28.
Wow.
And then you come back to, and he restabilizes himself and pull him back into that grappling grip. He's still grappled at this point, unable to move, but wrestling against you with his magic. That's it. That's all I can do. Everything else is once a day. Nick of time, Julian, you jump into the action and ushered forth by Melina's spell. You're on the rooftop chasing this feline-looking female thief dressed in like yellow greenish garb, masked, but you can see like the now sort of peeking past the hood as it's fleeting back with momentum. The two feline ears and held in her paw is the jewel of 3 prayers. What do you do?
What direction does it look like she's running in?
She's running to yes, this direction.
Okay. Julian grabbing his hexblade is gonna cast darkness on it. So a 15-foot radius of darkness, magical darkness, is gonna radiate around him, and then he's going to purposefully just like run in front of where she is moving.
Right.
And do.
So for the sake of this, darkness is a 20-foot.
It's 15-foot radius. from
15
where
feet.
it's casted.
Okay. And it's following you, correct? Or does it
Yep,
it's on a point you choose?
It's casted on an object,
So
which is my
following you?
hexblade.
Cool.
So that I'm holding.
Cool. I'll just have it like follow you.
Basically on me.
As you guys see like this like orb spread out suddenly on the roof and just like swallow everything in darkness. Alright.
And I'll telepathically communicate to Zeno, Nia, and Melina. Like, I casted darkness. I can still see her. I'm following her. I'll let you know if what direction she's moving west. I'll let you know if she gets away from me.
She's well. What's west on this map is actually like northward from the sigil district.
Oh.
I just have like the map go this way because otherwise the map is like this, and that's a nightmare for me. Yeah, I'd rather be
Gotcha.
horizontal across my screen than not. But yes. All right, cool.
Heading.
Action, movement, bonus action, anything?
No bonus action this time. Don't need to dash or anything like that.
All right, cool. You're not gonna pull an Irvin? I can't dodge.
Hey,
Nia then is like crash. Nia.
So her turn, she finally gets it out and casts her cloud of daggers on
Yep.
Area. I believe is what we decided this was. I rolled the 18, so I'm going with that's the AC.
Everybody will roll me just perception checks, I guess, because nobody outright said we ruled to recognize the thieves, but at this point you've been fighting them outright. I'm gonna make certain things absolute truth at least.
Am I allowed to roll it anyways, even though I'm not there?
We're top of the round, so you are there. Yeah.
Oh, I am there. Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you've just
Go
arrived. Tell me what you guys rolled, because again, roll 20 is being a bitch. I'm not loading anything
We
right
have
now.
2 nat 20s.
Nat 20s. Whoever rolled nat 20s, you can see indeed.
Oh.
I'm not gonna hide anything. It's
I rolled a 10.
Gelsariad, Irvin, a feline individual whose voice you did not recognize. The bunch of you who were in proximity to hear her speak, not Neen.
Okay.
But through mannerism, voice, and maybe like a little bit of like moth skin showing and hair and the voice still coming out, it is Gelsariad. I won't be coy about it. Neat.
Kill him.
I guess you guys need to see what
Yes,
I'm
I
seeing
know.
here in chat.
The attack roll was 18 on the last turn. Is that it?
That hits passes deflection, even though still that field maintains around him from the ring, that gravity sort of shift to shield him. That hits past it. So what does it do? Your spell?
I did. So it's 14 slashing damage, and I upcasted it for an additional 6 damage.
For a total of
So 10
21
total.
slashing, blooding, drawing blood out of Gelsariad. Then it just maintains like a cloud around him, just keeps lacerating and shredding in that zone. That you mark green. I see that now. Okay, neat. All right, and you're maintaining that spell, concentrating on it. Go ahead and roll me that wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn to see if you.
He has to see if he can lose concentration.
God damn it!
True. Thank you, Riot. So, Charo.
21.
Concentration against 21 damage. So the C would be half, which is 10.
So-
He rolled a 12, unfortunately. So he still maintains, and you still failed the wisdom saving throw.
Man, rolled the
Damn,
20.
he's still
Keeps on
slowing.
rolling.
Yeah,
Still.
an impressive spellcaster.
Yeah. For all it matters. Right, you arrive just behind Nia, joining Julian in his fray as they're pursuing the last of the thieves, it seems, and have practically captured the other one.
So,
Yep.
given from what Riot talked to Irvin and found out Irvin was forced, and having
Well,
a good
He's
feeling
not
that
forced, but he was sorry, but yeah.
he has a good feeling Gelsarian was the cause of it.
Right.
He is pissed. So Riot is going to run up. I'm just going to measure this to make sure I was right. 30 feet.
Yep.
He's going to move 30 feet, pull out his claws, cast. Yeah, I'm just going to primal savagery, and he's just going to fucking rake into him. And this is my claw attack.
Go for it. You have, I believe, grapple does not give you advantage. Restraint does, but yeah.
Isn't he prone?
Doesn't it?
No, he's pressed. He's still standing, pressed against Xeno, but his speed is 0.
Okay.
So what do you roll to hit there?
I missed 9. That's
Still
too
grappled,
bad.
just moves away from you. You do
Somehow.
manage to like draw more blood with the tips of your claws, but nothing fatal.
All the daggers got in the way.
By the way, if somebody used did somebody use those barbs? That barb spell? Or do we not use that? No, okay, not yet. Okay.
I can't use my reaction.
Fair enough. I was just looking to see if anybody had like the advantage put onto them and we missed that for some reason. Okay, so that misses. That's fine.
Hey, do I have Bardic's inspiration still?
On your sheet, do
I
you have it
wasn't
marked
able
off?
to cast it.
She wasn't
Oh
able
wait,
to
yeah,
cast
you
it 'cause
couldn't
she was under
cast it,
spell.
right? You couldn't cast it.
I wanted to cast it, but I couldn't.
Okay. Make sure that if you're in this party, you have a slot where you can put like Bardic Inspiration as a check mark for yourself under modifiers. Helps remember. Or you can put like a little symbol yourself, like a little harp or something. But anyways, going feral and angry at Gelsariad for having forced your friend to commit crime. You lock Claw and Tooth with him, but missed the first few attacks. Anything else in your turn?
I got nothing else. I'm gonna hold on my reaction. I'm just gonna wait till it.
The thing is a cantrip, you don't waste any spell slots. Okay, fair enough.
Wait,
Without
I
waste-
can use a cantrip?
Well, that's Primal Savagery is a cantrip.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I can't use anything. I have nothing else as bonus action.
Okay, Xeno, without delaying you turning further, what would you like to do?
So as I'm grappling, am I able to like actually deal damage, actually suffocate, like incapacitate?
Yep. I would say like you're using one hand to grapple, right? Holding the sort of the rod on a sort of angle to just pin it towards you, and you can still hold a weapon in the other hand. Incapacitate, you can go for like a non-lethal strike if you wish.
I'm thinking more like
Yep.
you strangle somebody until they pass out or die. One of the two.
You're already doing that. He's already choking. He's already holding breath. A creature can hold his breath for
He is holding breath. There we go.
yeah. A creature can hold his breath for some time and then like begin suffocating as soon as he runs out of breath. So
Makes sense. And then
yeah.
remind me for grappling, do I have to continue to use an action to maintain that?
No,
remember.
he can make a contest against you to break out of it, but you're grappling him automatically for as long as you have a free hand and as long as you're within reach. No action required to continue it.
Also, just to double check that when Riot and Xeno interact with this character, does it count that they're entering that space?
No.
Okay.
You're very careful to contain that within the control space of Jessica's area. That's just how the spell works. Thankfully, think of it like a swarm. It's all over his body. Very et tu brute, very dagger stab. So maintaining your grapple there, Xeno.
So okay, cool. And then I imagine this is a really heated situation.
Oh yeah.
I am very, very bloodied. Especially with that last sort of life drain. While I got him grappled, I would use my bonus action to go full feral, transform. So let's flip that. I'm trying to find the token. Remind me, where do I gotta click?
You just right click your token, go under multi-sided, and just choose the other side.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Right click. It was left clicking. Perfect. All right. So and then with that, this is my bonus action. I would be using my claws as well. Claw attacks with the other hand here. Hybrid strike. $15 hit.
A 15. Let me just double check something real quick here. I want to make sure that you're. Sorry, bear with me here. Gelsariad creature and creatures.
This fucking guy's lucky I didn't turn on Crimson Right.
What'd you roll? 15 against the 17 AC? No, the deflection as you're trying, it's as if gravity is working against you and repelling you against them.
I'm gonna go harder with
yeah, sorry, I had to check that.
Extra attack.
The conditions on deflection. 23 hits.
Wow, there you go.
For a total of
14.
14. You begin to see all fight go out of Gastariad. He's not quite out yet, but he definitely is beginning to sort of go limp as you continue to choke him. He's beginning to lose a little consciousness as you begin to press against his jugular a little bit, and he's turning purple, then a little bit white, and no longer able to reach you with his hand a little bit, and you're stabbing him. He's on the verge of death if you continue with lethal strikes.
Go ahead.
All right.
It's my turn.
Fair enough.
No.
All right, in her darkness, which I think the token's still on the map, but not for me for some reason. In the darkness on the rooftop, the feline female looks around, panics. You, in your mind's eye, Julie, can see her silhouette almost outlined in this purplish weave that just sort of mentally conjures there for you. She's looking around and shouts, "Where are you guys? Where are you?" And she will move in for a strike. You can hear a whiplash sound as a nine-tail whips past you. I'm going to roll to hit as soon as I can restart my roll 20.
I don't recognize the sound of her voice.
Not Neem. Definitely female, whispering with a slight accent. And maybe even the catfolk lilt to it, the little purr, but not Neem. Okay.
Okay.
I've heard that right.
16 to hit against you, Julian. Oh, no, the disadvantage. I can't see. Does not hit anyways.
Right.
16 or 18 does not hit. As you feel the whip of a nine-tail just whip past you, and you hear the jingle of the jewel of freak prayers and her silhouette pass by you as she continues then to run. Unable to see you, she will continue to run bump into you momentarily, lose like 10. Crash again. This is a pain. She like crashes against you and then like runs past you at top speed. Maybe you can see her like going across the rooftops and then leaping off onto another rooftop, making for a total of like 55 feet from where she last stood. So I'm gonna measure that now that I'm actually back in the game.
55 feet after losing like 10 feet from crashing into me.
Yeah, so she leaps and then like you see her just make the ledge and then grab onto it with her front paws and sort of parkour over, and she's continue on moving past you. You can take an opportunity attack if you so wish.
I will.
She missed you with that attack. Are you making an opportunity attack or you're passing? Okay. 24 hits.
Yeah. For...
I cannot even evade that. I don't see the attack coming.
7 plus 3d6 for sneak attack. I didn't have a toggle.
Right, you would have sneak attack.
19 damage.
19 damage.
Yeah, it's advantage.
You draw blood. You retrieve the blade and you...
She's already bloodied?
Yeah, you draw blood.
Well, all the damage that I did to her was psychic damage, so technically not blood. Well, physically.
Oh, forgot you hit her with that spell.
Rattled, she continues on, like, leaping onto a rooftop, and she's making her escape once more. The end her turn there, we have Melina's.
I'm going to... I'm gonna bonus action. Oh wait, no, you know what?
Just gonna use a bonus action to dash. Just gonna use a bonus action to even move in further than that.
Didn't she attack already? So
bonus action. Cunning action.
Moved, she moved away, but I can't see.
Her normal movement was over 55 feet. I thought.
Oh no, you're right. I'm like, how did I manage to dash? And okay, I know. Yeah, she dashes as a cunning action.
She's moved every time.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit, she's fast.
Yep. So Melina.
I can always cast a second level spell with a third level slot, though, right? If
Correct.
I chose to. Okay. Then I'm actually... Jesus Christ, my whole plan got mixed up and I was trying to decide something else and then that plan got mixed up. Yeah, fuck, there's not a lot I can do. I'm actually going to yell to Julian to try and lock her down. And we need to take back what's ours. And I'm going to cast... Right, you can move fast though, right? Yeah, he can move like lightning. Okay, then I'm just gonna cast... Excuse me. Then, if Riot's willing, then I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp again. With a third level slot, and then send him up there if he wants.
Okay.
Send me as far as you can.
How far? 120 or 90 feet?
90.
90 feet, just yeeting him like as far as possible, like essentially. Pick a point.
Hold on, I gotta move my screen.
Oh no, he's gonna let me go off.
It's up to his knowledge. He has to use the knowledge available to him.
I'm gonna send right
Can
there, I
I,
guess.
since speaking telepathically is a free action,
You guys can let him take his turn, please, because he's taking his turn. Okay, you're in darkness, engaging your target. He's taking his turn. Where would you like to send the Tabaxi, please?
I'll send him right here.
Okay, to the cap of the golden dome. Easily done. Meow. Teleported. It's like a gate spell. How many more of those you have? All right.
I'm feeling he upcasted it.
And then... Oh, actually. I can actually upcast it, so... It just gives me an extra 30 movement, but I can't see anywhere else. I'd just be plopping them elsewhere. But that's where I want it anyway, so that takes a slot.
Shit, there's another one there. Was that it?
Other than that, I'm just gonna stay right here and let's not kill Gelseria just in case, but I'm busy with that, so that's my turn.
I'm full feral. Keep that in mind.
Okay, full feral, trying to get the damn lichen off of him with the unmoving rod. With the last of his strength, he stretches out his hand, the hood slipping off, the mask clinging askew on his face. Gelseria reaches out a hand and whispers out an elvish spell. Halaskirish! And that's gonna be a 19 to hit. I'm just keep rolling 19s all over the place. Against you, Zeno. 1 9.
I'm going with the turn thing from my spell, because it says the turn and then on the start of their turn. But I'm going with that count starts next turn, right?
What?
She's talking about Cloud of Daggers. I was just waiting for context. I was waiting for like to pay something. When it ends for the first time, or starts his turn, so he takes another 44 damage at the start of his turn. Correct. Which might kill him. So hold off on the damage. I did say he's dying. So roll damage.
For my turn to break my concentration.
Yeah, it's a free action. You could do that.
So I can take it any time.
Yep.
So seeing that, the A, that it's Galtharian, and B, well, we kind of do with Galtharian, but and that he's near
You can see
death. Nia drops her concentration on.
Sounds good. So going with what I was saying, since he's still alive, 19 to hit against you, Zeno.
Yep.
I was gonna counterspell.
Counterspell, a drain potential. Again, Nick, it's the same thing. It's a feature that I'm using here.
Then I will use a Chronal Shift.
Okay, which is a reroll on his melee attack. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear their yes. Rerolling that, it's gonna be a 11 against Zeno, which I guess misses because he's wearing that. Yeah. Okay. So with the last of his strength, you see this spell like fizzle out of his hand. A little bit of pneumatic magic, again, lashing out against your now third form, like drawing forth your essence and then fizzling out before it does any sustainable damage. As his hand falls limp beside him. That is his action. He's still straight. Can I use an action to get out of here? So he is there. That's gonna be Julian's turn then.
All right. This person. I'm gonna.
I even know the critical rule explanation as to why you cannot counterspell certain Dunamancy. There's an actual explanation to that, but I won't get into detail right now.
Yeah.
And the darkness goes with you.
Yeah. Now, if I'm trying to jump to this other ledge, what exactly am I doing here?
Do you have a climb speed?
I do not.
You can make the jump with your essentially like your long jump, however distance that is. I'm pretty sure you can make 10 feet. It's a matter of not losing speed as you parkour over the ledge and keep on momentum. Also, I'm pretty sure that's a 15-foot jump, not 10-foot. Let me check.
15.
It's 15, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
So roll me
gonna-
like a I'm gonna say acrobatics for this one if you want to jump across.
Sure, I'll try that.
I'm going with the thief has good decks.
Absolutely. She also has climb speed. So you
Wait.
make.
Wait.
Yeah, I wait.
I can try. I can use I can use my psionic die here, right? And natural ones aren't automatic failures on skill checks. I can still.
No, it's an 8 I'm looking at. And a crash screen.
It's a 16.
16 makes it. As you manage to
I made it with a nat 1.
rogues, man.
Jump.
You jump across. assuming you have enough speed. Oof.
Yeah, bonus action dash. I'll have another
Gotcha.
40 feet of movement.
Easily done.
Why can't
With
I
a
move my
running
token
leap
on?
jump, you make it across. Usain Bolt.
Has a
I
freaking.
can't move my token. To
Oh
the
yeah,
other
sorry,
building.
because it's between
I'm,
buildings.
like,
You make it
stuck on
across. Here you go. Just so you have vision as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't I have vision over there? Is it because the building's taller?
Because there's no like layers for elevation in Roll20. It's more like you're kind of. It works like you're inside a room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what? For the sake of this, because the enemy's no longer there, and also this doesn't serve much of a point, I'll go ahead and remove these. They don't serve much of a
Can
point.
do I set my action?
Yeah, you use your bonus action to dash, so you still have your action, yeah.
I will.
These would have worked for hiding places, but didn't come to that.
Use a scroll to cast Booming Blade, attacking this woman.
Make the spell attack. .24 hits with advantage with sneak attack. How much damage?
Oh my god.
24.
24. Riot, make me intelligence.
Think of 8.
Make me intelligence. No, an insight check. 24 damage. All right, cool. You bring her to the edge, to death's door essentially, as she nearly drops off her feet.
I just crashed one sec.
Yeah, I know. It's just something to do with this map. I don't know what's going on. It's not even that heavy.
Insight check. Insight. Boom.
What's your total?
I'm trying to get down there. 13.
Okay.
I will. If that doesn't give it to me, I would just use my cosmic on it.
Well,
I'll use a cosmic on it.
it gives you a partial degree. How much do you want to get out of this?
I'm using my cosmic die on it. I
Okay.
got one more wheel. That's a 1d6.
An omen?
Yeah, my last omen.
All right, your omen this morning.
14. Stupid.
Okay.
What a waste.
Just like Zeno, throughout the night, you've dreamt of home. I've sort of described this like a few sessions ago. You've dreamt of home, of Port Dumali, a family. As Julian lacerates this creature and she falls onto her knees, you hear her whisper, "I wrapped my paws raw for this new opportunity, for this new family. I made it safe. I made it mine. I'm not ending here. I'm not starting over again. I'm not dying for this." And she throws the jewel of repairs at your feet, Julian, where she thinks is at your feet. She's surrounded by darkness, blinded, bleeding out. She just throws it away and begins to sort of make it her sort of escape as she just hopes that you are gonna go for Jewel, not her. As you hear this voice, Riot, it's familiar to you. A very familiar
How
voice
familiar?
from the catfolk before you. Your mother's voice from your sister's lips.
Oh, son of it.
You
All
feel goosebumps spread up your arms. It has been how many years? But you recognize it as if it was yesterday.
Good. Oh, fuck. Is she unconscious right now?
Not yet. I mean, you only hear the voice out of the darkness as you hear her grunt in pain as Julian the Rogue chases her through darkness and like a demon lacerates her in the dark. But Julian, you see her throw the jewel of 3 prayers at your feet.
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
Would Riot be able to see the thunder from the blade?
This was longer
No.
than 8 years.
It's an area of complete heavy obscurement, absolute darkness.
Oh no, it is 8 years. Shit.
Yeah. If you're going to steal for a good cause, eh? Self-improvement. But this is not worth it. Let me go. I'll be out of your hair. Alrighty, who's next in turn order there? I keep refreshing my roll 20. Try to get back in it.
Naya's turn.
Naya, go ahead and take a
Julian, you
turn.
were done?
Yes. I believe.
Okay.
Can I,
Nia...
for your action, pick up the jewel or no?
Sure. Also, yeah.
Okay.
On your turn, though. Yeah.
Pick it up.
On your turn.
Well, it was still his turn.
Oh, yeah. Then yes.
Turn before me.
Yep. You have it.
That's why I was asking Juliet if he was finished.
You have it, and it's physical, and it's real in your hands.
Okay, Nia is gonna use her freaking half movement to get to Zeno.
Right.
And will, since it's not a spell, use her healer's feet to help try get it back under control.
Healer's feet on who and what?
On Zeno.
On Zeno.
Zeno, you got 14 health.
Well, thank you so much.
Battle medicine.
So hopefully that'll help you gain some control back on yourself.
Plus 14.
Turns around. This is what I do. I kill monsters. Snaps Gulsarian's neck.
None shall interfere.
And since I have no bonus actions, I've used my full movement. I guess I go straight to my wisdom saving throw. That freaking come on! Yeah!
Yeah, finally.
Did you fall over?
Let me heal you once!
Which means that if I need to, I can freaking use reactions!
Ooh. And no longer concentrating on that dagger spell. Alright. Fair enough. That being said, as you think about your next turn, Riot, witness what you witnessed just now.
Wait, that was the end of my turn, so I can't use bonus actions. Okay.
No, sorry. Still under the effect till the end of turn, yes.
Riot is going to yell at Julian. Julian, stop! Don't attack her! Then he's going to move closer to... He's going to...
You sound so disappointed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Riot's going to use his Tabaxi his Tabaxi feline reflexes to jump over, and he's blindly just going to jump straight across where he saw the person.
Leap of faith, going off memory where the ledge was, you just outstretch your paws forward, and I'm going to let you do that thing that your DM did not let you do in the other game, where, because you have climb speed, you don't need to make a check.
Yeah, he's basically...
Redemption.
Riot is essentially just running, jumping straight forward.
Yep. Leap of faith off the ledge, you make it to the ledge and collide with a nearly prone, like, the thief, essentially. Collide with her as you roll off, yeah.
Going to fall and wrap his arms around her, and say, "Stop! Don't hurt her. This is my sister." And he's going to say quietly he's going to say down as, "Silver, it's me. It's slipping. What are you doing here? Stop! Don't run. I'll heal you." And as his action, he is going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
Where's my spells?
At this point, I'm going to give you guys a choice. As you're casting Cure Wounds, it sounds to me more or less that Galsari is captured. This person is wounded and wants to flee. There's not really a reason for initiative unless you want to keep on being hostile. Party, what do you say?
Yeah, I don't want to commit.
I don't want to tie her up.
Yeah, I mean, Galsariad needs to be bound and gag at least.
Do we have any rope on us? Since I know there were lots of things that we do not have anymore because we're in the bag and the bag is gone.
I have mana.
No, we have the bag. Riot has the bag. There's
I still
rope
have
in
my
my
rope.
bag.
Did you get the bag from Irving?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed
Nobody
that.
knows it.
I mean, people see you with it, so yeah.
Oh yeah. So, Julie does.
Yeah. You ran past everybody, and Melina did send you away. I would imagine as Melina glances at you, she sees the bag. You're not hiding it.
Right.
I found it. Finders keepers. But I guess what I'm saying, for the sake of sort of session flow, I don't want to rob combat away from you guys, but if everybody agrees, do you guys want to head out of combat as you've managed to capture 2 of the thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine
Okay.
with that. We don't need to be.
Sounds
Can we
good.
say we'll tie them up as a part of ending combat?
So Galsariad, being literally 7 hit points away from death, I can say that with a lichen grappling him there, he gives off no more further resistance as you hawk tie him. as the darkness spell, which lasts a minute, correct?
Yep.
Begins to
Actually,
dissipate
it might
off
be
the
10.
roof. Lasts 10 minutes? Jeez. Do you hold
I'll
on to
drop it
darkness
early
spells?
after we tie her up.
Fair enough.
It is
Using
concentration.
what rope? Silk or hemp, just so I know.
Hemp rope.
Hemp, okay. Fair enough.
Riot will let him tie up the hands.
It
Riot will be
is-
holding her.
Up to 10 minutes, but I'll drop it early.
Hello, sleeping. It's been a while. So I do not go by that name anymore. But I suppose in a world where one can die tomorrow, what are names but carvings on gravestones?
What happened to you? What? I sent a letter back to the tribe to you. You were working with the troop. You were making money. You were traveling. You were. What happened?
I found greater possibilities out in the world. Became my best self. Made a life for myself. Started over. I could ask the same of you. You've changed. Where is that glint of chaos? Where is that glint I saw in you all those years ago? It is weird hearing. The last time you heard her voice, she was but 9, and now this grown woman reminds you so much of your mother in life, with a little bit of that touch of chaos that was so adamant amid your family.
I still have that chaos in me, but it's changed. I've learned to feel again. I've learned to think with compassion rather than hatred. I shut off feeling what I did to thinking everything was my fault with our parents. I'm trying to change. Please, just come with us. Talk to us. Talk to me. It's been 8 years.
We are talking, aren't we? She maintains eye contact. It's hard to tell, but she maintains eye contact with you, and you can see this slight golden glint beneath her one eye and the other eye, almost mirroring yours, blue, beneath the mask and hood that she's wearing. We are talking, aren't we?
Yes, but not in a way that the people I'm with will think that you're an enemy. Because you're not, you're my sister. They're family.
I've made a new family, and you do not want to anger them. Let me
No, but I
go.
wanted to.
You have what's yours.
Silver, I've been wanting to talk to you, and I do want to meet your new family.
It's clandestine, she hisses back. It's clandestine now. Silver is dead.
It's clandestine. Oh, God, right. Can you put that in the chat?
Just like the word clandestine. I would if Roll20 did not crash every time I open chat.
I'll write it down later.
Clandestine. There's that little tint of rebelliousness, chaotic, still teenager, still a bit of that childish play and immaturity to her name as she clings on to this new name, this new identity she has formed for herself. So much different than the girl you've left in the Menage Coast. Let's not overthink things. Why live a boring life when you can live this one? You let me go, and when we part ways, you've lived this long without me by your side, abandoned me as you had on your journey. I am used to being forgotten, and have made a new family for myself, a new purpose.
I did not forget you. I kept sending things back to you in the tribe. I've sent you back things that from everything I've been, wherever I've gone. I've sent you small little objects, small tokens, everything, and letters. Little did I know did you leave and you didn't get them, so you're sitting with the tribe. Never once have I actually forgotten you, Silver. Clandestine. Not once. If you think I had...
Every time you say the name Silver, it's like a little ping of pain, like you bring up a painful memory. 8 years. A lot happened in 8 years.
A lot has happened, but a lot can also change. We're still family regardless of whether you change your name or not. Our blood is still the same.
Speaking of which, and she coughs as this laceration that Julian fixed upon her is just like bleeding her out slowly.
Riot would heal her.
Fair enough.
Riot's not going to let her bleed. He's going to heal her.
Okay.
Your blood is my blood. We're family regardless whether you change your name or not. And that's never going to change. Whether you're Silver or you're clandestine. Nothing of that's going to change. You'll always be my sister. And I'll never let anything happen to you. Family is the reason why I do what I do. Family is the reason why I stay alive. Come back and talk with us. I'll let you go. Not until you let me have a way to be able to talk to you.
I've already failed in my mission here. I've already disgraced myself enough if I stay. There'll be bad things coming toward you and worse things coming toward me.
Then let me allow you to hide for this moment, and then you give me back my item that I'm going to let you use to hide.
If you truly knew who I'm working for, you would know there's no hiding from them.
Then tell me. Is it the veal?
You already know.
I do. I've been wanting to talk to them. Now there's more of a reason for me to get to know
a pick
them.
of curiosity in her eyes. Hold off that thought as I pan the camera over to the rest of the party here, just for the sake of fairness. What's going on this side of the forest with Gelsariot?
With Gelsariot still being bound and everything, Melina's gonna have her wand like straight at his face, with a little bit of looks like a charged like arcane matter at the end. And if it really was to come to you, if violence was to come, she would just put him out right there. But she wants to intimidate him, speaking in a very like low voice. Like she starts with her normal voice and having what's the spell? Taumaturgy, causing her eyes to grow red and to really build up the thematics and start to go into like how the demons kind of have like an overlay in their voice, like of two voices just slightly out of sync. She's gonna go like that. And she's gonna say, if you value your life, you'll give up everything. Stop this nonsense. If you even try to do this again, and if you don't even tell us the information that we want, I will drag you through this pit of hell myself, down to the second realm, and I'll force the iron tower upon you, and for your feet to forever burn on the iron walkway there. To really instill fear and to give up any information that we can get.
Ruby, a DC 15 intimidation check with advantage.
Intimidation.
Given your history, his position is betrayal, and your position in almost killing him, 16 barely succeeds. Information. I'll give you information, and I suppose it will be too much to ask to be let go after that.
If I get the answers that we're looking for, then maybe. And if she's able to, with the charged wand, does he have the amulet like in his hand, or is it around his neck, or does he?
You're looking for the amulet of through prayers, and the amulet is no longer in his hands. His hands, one is still on the bar that he's being tried against, and his other hand that went limp. In combat, in the fever combat, perhaps you did not notice this, but he held one. I did describe one of his hands being held to the bar, the other one casting spells on his body. The amulet is nowhere to be found, and he gives you like a little smirk, the way Gelsariot does, and it's at that moment that perhaps some measure of appreciation as a fellow Arcanist, you realize a trick, an illusion, to make your attention split and divided in the chase.
Yeah. They look so real. Oh my god.
For a moment, a punch of fear sort of works its way through your gut as you think, oh god, where's the real amulet? And like you look over and you see like on the rooftops your two fellow compatriots, are some distance away, but you can probably from this distance, unless Julian, do you hide the amulet out of sight, or do you just like, hey guys, we got it?
Julian would pick it up. Right now, he is his attention is very focused on Riot and Silver. But if anyone were to ask him, like, Gelsariot doesn't have the amulet, did you catch the other person? He'll say, yeah, we caught her. Talking to her right now, I have the amulet.
In your hand?
Seems to be... Yeah, I have it in my hand.
Yeah.
Seems to be someone that's Riot knows.
Fair enough. You, Zeno, especially with your goggles of the Eagle Vision that help you like see things from really afar, you can like zoom in your vision toward like where Riot and your rogue and your party are talking to this feline individual with her hood and mask on, and sort of see the real jewel. Is what I'm getting at. But anyway, he gives you that smirk of happy that he at least had a small victory there of at least attempting to trick you. The little victories that he can hold on to. The little pride. If I don't return in 1 hour, those that sent me will depart from our rendezvous point. They're expecting me at the first eclipse at the Suncut Bazaar. If you let me go, I will say we simply failed. Caught and fled. I will not mention of this altercation of ours. I wouldn't want to mar relations with those that seem to care about you. He attempts to bargain with you, still attempting to cling on to whatever he can, as convincingly as it can be. Aside from that, you can tell that he's darting to and through. He's trying to bargain here for his life.
He said if he doesn't get to the place in an hour, that they would what?
They would depart the rendezvous point. The rendezvous point being near the first eclipse in the Suncut Bazaar.
I think I have the big dumb right now. What does that mean?
There you go.
The first eclipse?
Yeah.
First eclipse is a tavern in the Sunken Bazaar that you guys sort of walked past a few times on the way to like Kesney's shop and around that sort of plaza.
Okay.
Hey, Thomas. Yeah, it's first eclipse. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking last eclipse for some reason.
Last eclipse is not a thing. Yeah.
I know. Ever since that one moment.
Yes.
So who sent you? I want to talk back. And who sent you?
We all agreed to it. We grew tired of being in your shadow. It is high time that we took action. It was I who proposed it. It was my plan. Some disagreed, but I persuaded them to act. Is what he says.
So he's not answering the question of
The party, the Merman Six.
And
you acted alone. That's where I'm a little confused in his answer. Is it just the rivals, or is there a lead to? Is he hinting at somebody gave the rivals sex?
I would lie to say that the Jewel Three Prayers would not benefit certain factions throughout the city, but I feel like you're asking me a question to which you already know the answer to.
So the consortium. That's what I believe.
Yes, he never says it, but you can tell. That's what he's hinting at. You know he cannot say it out loud for one reason or another.
I mean, we can.
Well, I think your life depends on it.
Well, those who sent you, who are at the rendezvous point, we have the ability to go speak with them and deal with things in our own way. Or maybe I'll just hand you over to the Hand of Ward, where you can spend the rest of your days in a prison, locked away, never to practice magic again, never to read the books that you would want, rotting forever.
What do you want from me? He says, genuinely, with a slight lilt of defeat in his voice.
How is it that the Vermilion Dream, or the Consortium, where are they infiltrating to get down into Kalmaro that they're subverting the main excavation? That's one question I have right now. And if anyone else wants to think of anything.
You're overthinking it. We are so overt, it's covert. We simply acquired badges and make our way through the front entrance, pretending to be members of the Allegiance.
Well, then who's the other moles? If you rat them out, then maybe we'll let you live. Or maybe you won't spend your days behind bars.
I'll take my chances. I will not survive a day in those prisons. If I tell you, is what he's saying.
Being that he doesn't seem overly willing to cooperate with with Melina's questions, Nia is going to uh, use suggestion on Galthariad, in the specifics of, you don't want to get hurt, you don't want to go to jail, you just tell us, just answer our question.
Don't you have a higher power spell, Naya?
It is. I was just gonna say before they rejoin, so Galthariad doesn't. See, Riot's gonna take off his glamour or his Pokemon fashions, put it on her, and change her outfit to hide that she's a thief.
Hold on, what?
Okay, hold on with
Jumping
that.
around.
Noted,
Yeah.
but
Wait, what?
No jumping around. That's too
I'm
much.
concentrating on what Megan just said. Sorry, repeat that, Megan.
So, Naya used suggestion on Galthariad
Okay.
and told her to, if she can succeed a 14 DC and it's a Wisdom saving throw, and basically her suggestion was for Galthariad to answer our questions truthfully.
Sure. Wisdom, eh? I suggest you tell the truth, you say, as you roll with a natural 20.
I will silver barb that.
You're gonna silver barb my fey ancestry? How dare you? Fine, I'll roll a
It's
third
not a-
time.
You,
How?
Naya, don't you have something more powerful? Use.
Alright, a third
This is your
one.
moment.
14.
Suggestion is her highest one, which
You got that fear.
ties,
thing.
right?
Alright.
So how does a tie work?
14?
Beats.
Meets beats.
Meets beats. God dang it.
Silvery
use my
barb,
own-
who are you
Can I
giving advantage to, Nick?
Can I use my own silvery barbs?
You can.
Actually, no. Yeah, because silvery barbs is instantaneous, so it doesn't break my concentration.
You can. Using
Do
your
it.
modifier rules, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Yay,
What a
silver barbs.
good spell. What a
hilarious.
great spell. Like, such good game design. Why am I rolling then? Like, you know? Alright, fine.
I mean,
Wisdom saving throw.
14.
That's hilarious.
22.
Unfortunate. You've passed like 3 times in a row. Just let him pass. He deserves it by that point.
You have to understand, he says earnestly. I'll tell you this because we have positive history. I arcanically cannot tell you certain things. Guys as I am, if I tell you, I will die here and now from the spells they have bestowed upon me. I have sworn more than an oath, he says. And as he says this, he's essentially describing what the spellcasters among you would know is a geese spell. A geese spell locks you into a certain form of action that can last for like months, if not years, where should you go against that certain action, you literally take like psychic damage, essentially. And shaped as he is, on the verge of death, if he goes against the geese spell, which is, you know, telling you who the moles are and stuff, apparently, he might just drop dead here and there. So he's fearing for his life there.
Would Melina's dispel work on that?
You can certainly try. It might. You'll have to rule against the geese spells DC because it's the spells that are third level or lower, while a geese spell is of a much higher level, cast by probably an arcanist who has been studying magic for years. But you can certainly try if you wish.
I don't have it prepared. I used it from a spell ring.
Okay.
He looks at you pleading as you offer to dispel it off him. So,
For someone who holds themselves in such high regards to be a master of the arcane arts, and who has an ego that could fill this entire city, you made such a foolish mistake. We literally could have been all working together to accomplish such a great task, but instead you had to hold your pride and everything. You couldn't just let it go. We could have all been working with each other. We could have been all on the same goal. But now you're our enemy. And I don't think I could ever forgive. You actively sought something away from the library, a direct violation and an attack against my organization and Nia's. For something that holds such true power, selfishly, you did it for yourself.
You speak to me about selfishness. How many died in Portumali? And then he just looks at the ground.
I'm ready to turn this motherfucker into the cops.
You can.
Do Julian and Riot come over?
This is at this point it's like more like theater of the mind, so I see no reason why the party cannot be all joined together. If you want to put a cloak over her so she doesn't appear in her veils, you could, sure.
Right, essentially, if he's going to make sure she does not look like a thief or anything, and just going to make
What
her
do you
look
do with a
like,
hood and mask?
Right will take it
Off?
and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
And
Alright, what are you
19
trying to do?
healing for you, my friend.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah, what are you trying to do? Why are you dressing her up? Changing her clothes?
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah. Because
I didn't
my
change her
sister-
eye yet, but whatever.
I'm not turning her in.
I think we should turn all these people in.
They actively
They're
sought
thieves.
against us.
Yeah,
You literally
I-
have people on the doorstep ready to change the course of the earth. A mythic resonance is still within this earth down deep in Calamaro, and they seek to take it away from us. What if the betrayer gods come by tomorrow? We've already taken so much time.
Let's
They
put
actively want to go against us.
let's put it this way. She made her choices the way I made my choices in the past. She followed the same route that I did. Now that I've changed and I have you guys allowing me to have a second chance, you're now condemning her for something that I've done, and I can't let my sister go that way.
Oh, it runs in the family. That's funny. And she continues to just sort of hum to herself.
Riot will give a small chuckle to that one.
Appearing wounded, but much more in comfort than Gulsariad is, who is like on the verge of death and pleading for life. But holding on to anger at the same time.
You can take Alsaria and give him into the hands of the Lord. I don't care. We can ask
Speaking of which, yes.
Silver some questions, but I'm not letting her go to jail. She's family, and I would not throw her into it, regardless of what everybody else says. We can talk to her, let her go back to her family, even set up a meeting to get this cleared up. Allow us to go our own ways, perhaps. There's some things the Vila might be able to help us with, some information that Galsariad can't even give us. Perhaps we can even make a deal to avoid any further attacks like this upon us. But I'm sorry if you guys wish to kill me right now and fight me right now, and I will let her go. I will not let my sister go to jail. I will not let my sister die.
Psst, clinkers. You hear your sister say as she nods toward the sound of greaves upon stone. You guys have a choice here. You can continue this conversation in sort of stealth by sort of taking them into like a dark alley and hide away from the area of guards who has finally showed up to under directions of some citizens who are pointing down the streets trying to like locate you guys. Sort of a group check to stay unlocated and continue this conversation away from guards, or let them find you and have the Hand of Horde sort of mingle now. Just realistically, it's been long enough that the guard will probably show up at this point.
I will say make your choice, and
Mhm.
he will push his sister and him down to the alley over here. Make
Okay.
your choices with
How
Galsariad.
common?
Yeah.
How common is the death penalty in this city?
Yeah, easily.
What? Say it again.
How common
It
is
is
the
easy.
death
How common
penalty?
Very easy. Or life in prison.
What,
It's quite easy. Thieving, breaking and entry, that's all part of strict rules.
How do you know this?
I did explain it to you in the library.
You were also told this when Prolix first introduced you to Ankaral. It was like, don't steal water, and thieving is you get your hand chopped off and all that.
I'm just trying to keep up.
Yeah, and I think like also like in the library, like I did a whole lot of research into like Jamont Sword and the politics of Vankarel. So while you were researching one thing, like he was researching more into like the law of Vankarel and stuff. So I think I mentioned that there too. That
That gets hard when it's thrown into RP chat. But
yeah, I mean, you're just asking where it's from, then you can always ask in session too. It's fine.
I'm gonna reach into Gelsariad's pockets.
Yep.
And then
Retrieving. Okay, go ahead.
I want to take his his spell book, B if he his spell book if he has the orb, the scrying orb that he bought.
Does not have it because it's a big orb to carry around on you. You can see that he's dressed in his dark robes with there's a little bit of rope coiled up just in case on his side. You don't find a spellbook because, as I mentioned before last session, he does not have it anymore. Instead, what you find are traces on his arms and such of this like reddish ink below his skin that has been like sort of worked into both his arms and his hands, and really centering around a precious-looking like ring that he was using to like cast his like various gravity spells.
Then I'll at least take the ring then.
Okay, the ring. He doesn't resist because he doesn't want to die here, but he doesn't like it either. If you would frisk him, Nick, you would also find a dagger that has like what you clearly can recognize is the same sort of ruidium substance that is around the Ring of Power. But like it's like a curved dagger.
Dagger with ruidium.
In like a equally curved scabbard, if you will. And it's like under his robes and on a belt, but he didn't draw it because reasons. Yeah.
But I'm gonna at least take that stuff. As far as Gelsariad, he actively tried to almost kill us. It was kill or be killed at this moment. Now we have him. The Maroon 6. I mean, we'll be breaking our ties if we hand him over to the Hand of Ord. So if we hand him in, that's basically everything that we have with the Maroon 6 gone. I don't think they'll want to be like, oh yeah, we'll still talk to you. Oh hey, you turned in our friend. That's okay,
Well, they're all gone.
I mean,
Better than killing him.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, so everyone knows there's no.
They can't really blame us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's no going to be like, hey, I want to go talk to them in a tavern, or like, hey, let's go talk to them because they're at the blood pit now, or sometime
we
in the
could
future.
also.
Basically, that's it.
We also know where they are. We can just avoid the guards and go meet them.
We do.
We know where they are.
Yeah, they're at that tavern.
You know where they're going to meet. You don't know where they are.
Sorry.
But we can just hand them over.
Megan, where are they?
They're at the Eclipse room.
Yeah, just for
Galsaria
to fill in the
told
party
us
here.
Sorry. Galsaria told us that if he doesn't meet them in an hour at the first eclipse in the Suncut Bazaar, then they'll be gone.
Thanks.
Oh.
So we could just always avoid the guards and meet them there.
And what are we going to accomplish with that?
Could confront them.
You could work with us. He says Galsaria, still spitting blood as he's trying to keep the shadows away from the sound of guards nearby. I agree. Sometimes we act rash when driven by passions and desires. Maybe I was too hasty. You have proved very skillful, and I admit I underestimated you. How about we work together then?
Can you at least, besides just the glory and the infamy, why did you pick this path?
Respect.
Respect?
Something I did not get for a very long time from none. Not even those studying the aesthetic sensibilities and interests of the ancient lore in Rosanna respected me for who I am, for my potential. So, I found respect. I mean, Devermeer, and so can you. Come, work with us. An opportunity lays await. We need not be rivals.
So in the week and a half since you guys have been here, this
5
has
days.
miraculously come a part of you. Well, they've been here longer than us, haven't they?
About
Because didn't we take a
5
week
days.
before we came?
Sure,
Yeah,
whatever.
we were here
I'm not
like
gonna
5
argue.
days.
However time it came, they were here. This is Tom. This has become.
So my question was
Yeah.
that in this very short time frame, relative short time frame, all of these things have miraculously happened for them. That seems what event, what have they done that has instilled in this short amount of time this great feeling within you?
It's easy for you to speak. You have found purpose, an organization in order to serve a god, a mentor of sorts. I've never had that, truly, except for the Loxen, bless it. I have found appreciation, people who share my interest and are willing to spend time studying with me. Studying the unknown, the unreachable, the occult, the forbidden and the taboo. I have found equals. Yes, in a short amount of time, and you make it sound so impossible, and yet the dream is real. You can achieve a lot with ambition.
Hearing Galsariad's words, Nia actually has like a silent amount of like, I'll use the term really loosely, respect for just like what's been driving him and the fact that he's just been working towards that. Like there's like a moniker of respect there.
Up until tonight, we have known nothing but success. Let us have this be a simple hiccup in our relationship. A mistake that I am willing to take on my heart as my own.
What will you do to make up this mistake?
We must not be enemies. We can work together for the Vermilion dream and dream together. Achieve our goals together.
We're not working with the Vermilion.
No, and you are surprised why we don't work with you.
What else do you have to offer? You know?
Makes rude gesture.
Whenever
So far, you have
say,
nothing to offer.
like when you say work together, what does that mean?
Do you even know what you hold? And he points toward what, like, with nods toward what Melina is holding in her hands, or put away at this point, a dagger with rubidium embedded into it. Do you truly understand the power? You felt it. You're wearing it on you. Do you not feel it? That power can be yours. That is what the Vermilion Dream offers. Unrestricted. Channeled only by you.
We're not looking for power. We need to preserve everything. We need to learn everything that we can. There's the possibility of everything coming to an end. What are we going to do with all this power when everything's
How much
gone?
have you learned about that elephant you found? Or is it stored away in some safe, away from your grasp?
It's stowed. Somewhere safe.
You've told me you gave the amulet to them, the allegiance. But you don't trust them with it. Not really. You still had it. That's intuition talking to you. That is your drive of trust. Why not
Headmaster
work
knows
with...
that we have it, though. He's allowed us to have it. We brought it up and everything. We're the only ones here who really believe in the residence that it still holds and what's in Kalmaro and everything. We have it of our own will. This is the journey that we found. We could have been doing it all together since the very beginning. But you guys have been driving a dagger between us the whole time. And especially after tonight, it's solidified that.
And so be it. He looks toward the guards that are now quick approaching toward your turn of street. What do you do?
Riot's already gone off to the side.
Yeah, no, I understand you guys are in hiding, but like I'm just saying that the guards are there. What do you guys do?
I'm sorry, Gosariad. I guess this is the last time we'll speak to each other.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What a shame. One last bit of sarcasm out of Gosariad. I shall grieve it always. I shall remember this moment of what we're talking about.
Yeah, I would say just one of the guards.
All right.
Take them away then.
Just
Explain
like-
to them like everything that happened and how we ended up here and
Is this group
take them
consensus?
to jail.
Is this group consensus? Is this group consensus?
I
Yeah.
even saying that we're gonna get both of these people to the guards.
No.
Oh.
Riot's already off to the side with his sister.
Oh, I'll point out that the other two went down the alley.
They've gone.
The other two.
Riot's already run away with her. They have tabaxi and feline reflexes and can climb.
You can run all you want. That's fine.
Sure. Then I'll roll a new character then, because Riot would join the veal.
The veal.
Veil.
The vegan
Riot's
assassins.
not
I
gonna give
need
up.
that baby.
Yeah, give me all them baby cows.
The veal. Introducing the meat man.
That'd be a
He
sick
only
Fantastic.
eats very pale pink meat.
Mm.
So tender.
All right, as you guys have a little vote there in chat about what you want to do in Gusera, just so it's unanimous, you run off into like a dark alley just to speak to your sister in private there, and she seems to be like in high spirits, not taking this seriously. Probably not her first time getting caught, and probably not her last. And pretty confident she's gonna get away. And she turns to you and un momento. She turns to you, still bound in her ropes, and looks at her cloak, and she's like, "Nice straps. Very, very suiting. Can I keep this? When you inevitably let me go, yes?"
I will be letting you go, but I'm going to need that because I use that too to hide. But, how about this? You find me a replacement. You can have this until you give it back.
Seems that you're the one who owes me a replacement. After all, you're part of the reason why I lost this job.
Let me put it this way. I'm not going to let you get caught here. I'm not going to let anybody hurt you. You might have lost this job, but I can make it up to you in other ways. I'm not going to
Make
vanish
it.
on you this time.
You make it up to us. If you truly wish to find the veil, then perhaps the lady can be the judge of that. Look for Madame Eve. You will find her below. If you're truly keen and worthy of an entrance, you might find some interest in washing your paws at the casino washrooms. I hope to see you. She continues to fidget behind her back with the ropes. And
Right, would
she's
have
like,
touched them anyway.
"You've done quite a good job with these ropes. I've been trying to get out. I won't lie to you. I've been trying to get out for the past 3 minutes."
It's all right. I will be letting you go, but get that cloak back to me because I'm sure you can find another one.
I'll think about it. It was nice seeing you.
Riot's gonna ruffle her head like he normally did and kiss her forehead, and look at her and it's like, "You might be clandestine to your new family, but you're always gonna be my sister's silver feather floating."
She makes a noise.
He'll push her face down and then say, "I'll see you soon."
Right. She
Intimidator.
She speaks back in Thieves can't, give you a very playful goodbye. You undo her ropes and she's like, "This is the start of making it back to me. You owe me. Remember that."
And Riot, as she turns to leave, Riot will cast Druidcraft and make her smell the foul dung that they used to have back at their tribe. And they'll just last on her until she leads to the end and be like, "That's payback."
Mother always said there were 4 seasons. Rain, mud, a little bit of spring, and pig shit. Now I smell like that one.
And as soon as she leaves, he'll cancel the spell.
Cool. She rolls stealth check and hopefully not at a disadvantage and does not get caught as she, with 24 stealths away. I was gonna make her roll a disadvantage but I get caught by guards if you get the smell on her. She like makes it around a corner, immediately gets caught, goes through like the oubliette beneath the castle, forever in jail. Cool.
Yeah,
that was an arc. That's gone. Anyway, if you let her go, just like you did with Irvin, she'll go into the shadows. And you get that punch, gut feeling that, like, might be last time you see this individual.
No, he will.
Okay. It's a slight sting to your personality because, like, the feeling of being abandoned, not intentionally by your parents, intentionally by other people in your life, that sort of being left alone before you're, like, don't want to be alone anymore, and anxiety sort of takes over and you feel yourself drawn back to the group in time. You don't have the Cloak of Gleaming anymore. She's keeping it.
No. I know. I'm gonna have to find a new one.
Right, but if you didn't catch that, what I said, casino bathrooms, wash your hands.
Okay.
Okay. Madame Eve is the person she named. Spelled Madame Eve.
Find Madame Eve below. Okay.
Find Madame Eve below, and you'll find like insight within the like sink of the casino bathrooms.
Okay.
It's like a chamber of secrets. Speak parcel tongue. But anyway, just to kind of centralize this and begin wrapping up this session a little bit, we are going to go ahead and return to the rest of the party. Surround Gelsariad as you guys come to a decision. What would you wish to do with him?
Turning him in.
Yeah, at this point we don't really have much else.
Okay.
He's actively been against us, so I would say yeah, turn him in.
Alrighty then, I'm just making sure that you got everything out of his pockets.
Although I would make the argument that even if we turn him over, we should go to the first eclipse and see if we can make contact with the rest of the Maroon Six. Because as he stated, he persuaded them to do this. So that means they might be persuaded to undo it.
Yeah, it's possible, but at this point, then if we're giving him up, then I mean, it's going to be like, well, we'll not persuade you, but we also gave up your friend and ally. They might hold that against us.
What if we told the Hand of Ord that he was planning to meet up with the rest of his accomplices at that location?
Then you'd basically be putting all of them in a sentence.
Well,
Also,
what's
given
wrong with that? What's wrong with giving them all up? I mean, we're not giving them up. There's betrayal here. Can you guys hear me? Because I think that my mic's been...
No, we can hear you.
Yeah, let me hear you.
Oh, there
We
it
can
is.
hear you. We're the ones being betrayed. I feel like at this point, there's
Justice.
almost no restoring the relationship.
Say it again, Julian.
I said we're the ones being betrayed here and backstabbed. I feel like at this point, there's kind of no restoring the relationship.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Yeah. I was trying to talk earlier, but I think something's up with this. But I absolutely agree. There's betrayal here with the Maroon Six towards us. There's no restoring that relationship. They're a lost cause. They're drinking the juice, the consortium juice. They're not there. I trust nothing they have to offer.
The consortium Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they got that. The Kool-Aid dream flavored.
I mean, we can always just let the Hand of
That's
Ord
what they
deal with
do.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a good chance that since Irving, or the third member, because I didn't see that it was Irving, that the third member got away and is warning them.
That and I see Riot came back. What happened to the second member?
Who? There was no second member.
There was a second
The
member.
third. There's three.
There's three.
Gas slices party.
If you're gonna lie to the group,
He's gone.
Be very careful.
Right? Why are you lying to us to protect a thief? What's
I
going
think
on?
I was in that room when you pulled his head down. He was still paralyzed. I was in the doorway.
Yeah.
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 Rad's gonna just look at Julian and be like, "You're a thief too."
I mean, you got
So
you
we
there.
just have
I mean,
we just
fuck-
let people
fuck
just
got you
steal
there.
whatever, like just.
If he didn't
Hey, come
steal
on
it,
in,
he
we
gave
just
it back
steal.
to Julian. She didn't try to keep it. She gave it back to him and
No, I'm
gave
talking
up.
about Irvin.
Oh,
Right.
he got away from me. My spell wore off. I took away the bag of holding, and he was able to get away from me. I didn't see the point of chasing him, and I wanted to go back for the amulet of 3 players. Prayers.
Three players.
3 players.
Half of us are out.
While Luigi joins the game.
Yeah. Well, now they'll
I thought
definitely
getting
know.
the amulet back would be more important than chasing Irvin down.
Well, that was 2 of them. Out of the 6, 2 went against us. I don't know what the others think, though. But their actions speak for the whole group and for the consortium at this point.
What I can say, though, is after I took back the bag of holding, Irvin did not try for it. He left. He even said sorry. He didn't want to do this. He was forced to. I'm guessing Galsaria is the one who bullied him into it, as he bullies everyone.
It is what it is, though, still.
Roll me insight, Riot.
Inside.
As you say that, Galsaria whispers something under his breath, and you're keen.
19.
You're keen hearing. Xeno, you would hear this too. He's right below you with your werewolf senses as well. But like Riot, you're looking at Galsaria as you're saying this, and you pick up what he says under his breath. We do all things for love. He says it dismissively under his breath, eyes lifted as if it's a fact of life.
Well, then what I would say to you, Galsaria, is if he would do it for that, then you should think about what kind of person you are to force him to do something he really didn't want to do. The kindness in his heart is being tortured by your actions and by what you push him to do.
He knew us long before he knew you.
Might be true.
We're all he has now, and he made a choice.
No, you're not all he has. Something I've learned through my own travels is there is redemption for everyone if they were willing to seek it. For you, you just see one way. You've never seen another. You've treated me like dirt since the moment you saw me, and that still hasn't changed. Yet Irvin, he actually was kind. He showed compassion and friendship.
Well, it remains to be seen whether Irvin will see it your way or come back for me and release me from the Scarlet Oblate beneath the palace where I will be kept. You'll see. He'll go to all lengths to have me released.
If he does, he does. It is his choice. But even after all this, and I know the line of work that he has done before, and perhaps others, I will not hold it against him, as I won't hold it against somebody else that was with you. Regardless of what my party thinks, I have my own beliefs.
He goes silent, not wishing to argue. The Scarlet Oblate, by the way, for those who don't know, is the jail of Ankarel. But he mentions out loud, in case anybody wants to note it.
Yeah.
Is that in the Cerulean Palace?
Below it. It's a dungeon, a mega dungeon. Rumored to be below the Cerulean Palace, and from what you've read, a jail, a prison, experimentation grounds. It said that they experiment on prisoners there. Rumors of torture. It's hard to tell what's true, what's not, but it's definitely a jail where the worst prisoners of Ankarel are being kept.
Well, here's the guards. Hand them over.
Yeah, I imagine, for the sake of expediency, you guys explain what has transpired. They take your statement. Yeah. Galsaria does not resist anything, does not give away any of his co-conspirators, so the guards take him into custody. When they ask him if it's the truth, he does not lie. He does not try and point a finger at you, perhaps out of small mote of respect still somehow lingering for the lot of you. Some gesture of not turning this against you, no more trickery, just taking on responsibility onto himself. He is true to his words when it came to, owning up to his own actions, and it was his plan and his consequences to suffer. And he seems to be holding on to faith that either he'll get out of here with the help of his party, or this is it for Gulsariad. His plan having failed. You haven't given him up to the law of Ord, as he shall see sentencing in the palace in a few days' time.
We do.
Yep. Eyewitnesses are on your side, essentially.
Yeah.
They could go around, ask everybody in the street how it has transpired, and do correlate with what you say. It says out. So I'm not even gonna attempt the whole like, it was them, they did it to me. Like, there's no point in that. Just be caught in a lie, and that's even worse for him. All right, coolio. Just because we are stretching a little bit past our usual time, you guys want to wrap it up with anything else? How are you feeling?
I mean, it would be cool to end here. We did a good 3.5 hours. Started a little late, but I mean, yeah, we would have got 4 hours in, so I'm totally happy with everything.
Dope.
It's fantastic. A lot of fun.
Gulsariad in chains. That's an interesting end to it. I seriously thought at least one of them's gonna go away. I was like, I'm gonna make a plan with them splitting up and stuff, and they're gonna have like a chase scene, and like people did combat. That was interesting.
I'm so lucky my freaking whole person finally managed to work.
Yep. Right is shown heart. Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Growth.
I don't imagine anybody has any like feedback or questions or anything they want to mention.
I'm super happy you rolled Samurai's backstory actually into this part of the plot. It was a lot of fun. Now is more of a reason for Ride actually to interact with the Veil and seek out his sister.
I've had her written in ever since I wrote in the Veil, so I'm excited to explore all that.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm going to be going to Gilmore for. Another fucking cape.
They're like, you're giving her shiny gifts. She's a younger sister, spoiled little brat. You're like, I'll get this
By
back.
the way,
She's like, yeah.
You gave her one dust of dryness, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. Neat. Alrighty.
Thank you everyone for a good session. I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Or there's going to be a lot of role playing at the beginning of next session for Riot.
Definitely.
And I promise I'll give you guys the chance to actually go on one of your quests. Everybody's spent like an hour waiting for me, talking about how they want to pursue the Elysian quest and all that, and I keep throwing like side stuff at you guys. But it's a living, thriving city with lots of events going on and stuff. So also
Curious. I was gonna ask, is Cal Morrow kind of like a thing? Yeah, I guess maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Is Cal Morrow kind of like one of those things where it's like you might have to go in multiple times, kind of like how Betrayer Rise was, or is it just like a whole new?
It certainly can be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like any locations like that. It's kind of like Castle Ravenloft and Curse of Strahd. Like you can go there like as a final boss thing, or you can go exploring.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was.
It's another location. You can go back to Betrayer's Rise right now if you really want to. If you find the need to, it's just another location. I think most of the D&D locations are like that. Do you have like an example of something that's like not like that?
Oh, I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if Cal Morrow is like a dungeon. Like there's like a little like area where it's like, oh, we have excavated, but we don't go beyond this point. Like that's the no-no zone over there. And like you go there, you're stuck there or something. Like how Betrayer Rise was, but I was just curious.
Theoretically, I could have rolled Betrayer Rise forever. That place is nearly infinite, right?
Yeah.
If I really want to do a big old mega dungeon, and I saw a Reddit post, some DM actually did. He ran like Betrayer's Rise as a Mad Mage dungeon sort of thing. Yeah. To answer your question, it certainly can be. It can also be like a one shot, if that party is playing like that, determined to keep forward and not turn back. Sure.
Yeah,
it's hard to answer the question of is it supposed to, as if like
yeah.
as if there's some sort of video game story that you have to follow with main quests that only lead one way. It's D&D, whatever. You guys breaking into that apartment, stealing a 500 gold piece worth of arcane stuff, put a target on your back, which landed to this session. Things sort of evolve like that. That's our story, right? And Calamoro is sort of like that too. Branching pathways and decisions that most likely will end with you like returning and doing a second dive and stuff, depending. Up to the party is the answer, yeah.
Giving Xeno's background where if you break my trust, I'll never forgive you for it. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, well, if we ever go to Calamaro, Ped's got to tell me the night before for me to be able to cast the spell of water breathing. Otherwise, we can't go till that spell's prepared.
Yeah, you can.
Well, we can. It'll be a little bit harder.
Yes. God forbid. God forbid you have a little bit of challenge. Yeah,
Let me put it this way. Either multiple hundreds of golds worth of water potions, or one level 3 spell of water breathing for 24 hours.
Let me not be coy. You're with Allegiance for Valsai. Do you think they make their employees or whatever excavators pay for their own potions?
Nah.
Welcome to the benefits of joining a tribe, so to speak, a faction, right? If you actually genuinely, commit yourself to a cause, then there are benefits. One of them being potions of water breathing and stuff, or whatever they're giving their crew, right?
Rack up 24 of them each and then go in.
Mm-hmm.
Should I be looking at roleplay chat for people wanting this, or should we save the whole thing about you guys talking to Riot next session?
I'm down for roleplay. You always know me. Whatever the party wants.
I'm down for roleplay chat.
This is me asking everybody because I know we'll have to bring it up to Naya as well. I know Anthony or Megan. I know Anthony does read
Between
roleplay chat.
you and me, I don't think Megan reads RP chat. She just has a busy life. Yeah.
We're going to have to bring it back up to her, whatever you guys ask Riot. That's what I was more meaning. We can do all that stuff in roleplay chat. Just bring it up to her, and if she has any other questions, she can ask them. I don't know if that would be a way to save time for you guys.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, did you mute yourself?
I don't know what's going on.
You're a little quiet.
I'm quiet.
I'll turn you up a little bit. What's up?
Crank it.
Yeah. Nick, you made me feel bad. I'm like, oh, this is a betrayal, and it will never be like the same again, or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Heartstrings.
I'm just making a story. I'm sorry.
I cry.
He craves power, man. He offered for you to work with him, and then he took action in his own hands. A little bit. Thought he could get away with it. Thought he could get remasked.
And that failed.
It'll be interesting to see if he actually does die. Or literally is.
It could have not failed if people didn't have high perception. They could have just stole it and got away, and then you wake up in the morning and it's gone, and it's a whole mystery thing of who could have took it. We might know, but we don't have proof, and we're gonna find them. Instead, people have passive perception, so people wake up sort of thing to thieves, and this can happen. I know the dungeon masters who ran it way earlier in the campaign. They're back in Jigout and stuff of just you meet rivals, and then they immediately betray you. So. I like to let it simmer. I like such things to simmer a little bit.
I just think of the Halo announcer when you get a kill or something. He goes betrayal.
Yeah.
And it's just over and over in my mind right now.
I mean, there's remorse from some of them. Some of them are just doing this for fun. Who the fuck is clandestine and all this? I mean, right? That's a question for you guys to answer, but if you want. Galsariad has one opinion, Irvin clearly has another opinion, and the rest are not even here to steal from you guys, so,
They have that's their opinion. They didn't want to be a part of it.
I promise you guys, whatever actions you had before do sort of reverberate into the future.
I'm guessing there's going to be huge reverberation from Irvin from this.
You sent his boy from jail.
I was not. I
know.
was around. I did not.
I know.
He deserved it.
Oh, he did. I mean, Riot would have liked him to die, but I mean, it's safer for him to go to jail and not be on our hands.
I have to. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Riot. Yeah, my mic was not working. I think at this session, but
Maybe.
well, maybe.
You can go over to the video to see if it worked or not. Yeah.
True. Good point. But Riot, yeah, the whole your sister thing, Silver thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to sort through that because at the moment, Riot basically favored an enemy.
No, he favored family.
Family, yeah.
Hey, no.
Just because you ruled that all your friends and family died doesn't mean that.
Perspective.
And
okay?
Riot
I'm the one saying, from Xeno's perspective, you favored an enemy. I mean, you can put it however you want, but I'm letting you know.
No, I know.
That's what's going on. So we're gonna have to figure out how to navigate those waters.
Well, I will also say though that Zeno does know that Riot spoken multiple times about family, and that he said he would do anything for family. Multiple times.
I'll ask you this, Anthony, if Zeno met, like, I don't know, Lillian out there and realized that she's working for Vermilion Dream, what would be like, would you not be curious to be like, well, what made you side with that faction or whatever? Would that not change your opinion of a person because you have connection with them?
Maybe. It comes down to the oath that we swore. Did she betray the oath that she swore to?
Would you not see it, though, from even Riot's own perspective, that even finding out from this that his sister said that he betrayed her by leaving her, that Riot himself also broke an oath? And by you wanting for Zeno to put her in jail would be breaking the oath a second time. Family above all.
I missed that first half.
Riot himself left his sister with the tribe and went off with another syndicate by breaking the oath of being with family. So technically he broke an oath first. You wanting to throw her in jail, and if Riot let that would be breaking the second oath, the same oath again a second time. Family before all.
Well, that only works. It's already broken. You can't break something that's already broken. Did you fix that oath?
Right.
In order to break it a second time?
No, Riot's in the process of rebuilding that oath. And the whole point about his druid transition was about second chances in life for everyone. That whole thing, everybody, if one person can't have a second chance, then everybody should be killed. But Riot has been given a second chance for life himself.
Spicy.
Therefore, he is believing that everybody is deemed worth a second chance. That's why, like, even when you guys confront him, he'll be saying the same thing about Irvin if he lies and you guys figure it out. But, like, that's literally what he's going to be saying. And he can even tell that even Melina was in the room when Irvin said he did not want to do this.
Right, Will, to be clear, when you clawed the hood off when Melina and Nia were in the room.
Yeah.
I made it like public that it was Irvin, right? So like just so you know what's public, what's not. I guess if you're gonna insist, don't give you things from your party, just so we're all on the same page.
Oh no! The whole thing about letting him go part, keeping unless they ask, like that part, that was more.
That honestly just boils down to trust. I'm never gonna make people rule unless they really want to contest that for funsies. But it really boils down to: do you trust your party member, or do you want to go with your gut because you think he's lying, and you want to go with your gut over your party member? Like that's all that boils down to.
That has to be rolling insight check the whole freaking time now.
Yeah, I mean the door's been open now because Riot, you lied about letting Irvin go.
I feel like
you don't know.
Let him go.
I feel like deception checks are better done when it's like in a whisper, like when the actual player does not know, because players don't know my secrets. Players don't know my NPC secrets because they're in my notes, right? But when players are there for witnesses, it's kind of hard to be like, well, pretend like you don't know. It's kind of hard. That's why I'm sort of saying this. If you ever want to do anything covert, just whisper me. This goes for like the whole party. Just
'Cause none of you guys can know that Riot actually let him go. None of you guys were even there. You guys were over 120 feet away. You can't have known.
He's arguing that.
Pardon?
Nobody's arguing that.
No. Okay.
I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
But as I said before, if you guys want to pose questions to Riot in roleplay chat, I can try answering them best I can there. But I need to go.
Yeah, no, we've been here long enough. It's almost 11 o'clock at this point. No, it's 10 o'clock. It's
No,
nice
it's
still
10
young.
o'clock. But I gotta go.
I
Cheers,
gotta
guys.
go. I gotta take a test tomorrow morning at a testing facility.
Alright.
Your tests. You're always testing.
Yeah, I might be a drone pilot from the FAA.
Oh, no shit. That's what you were actually testing for?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my 107 test tomorrow.
What the hell?
So then I can fly drones legally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're going to use that for your. I don't mean to keep you because you just said you were getting off, but that really became super interesting. What is that something you plan on using with your current sort of job, or are you going to go in a completely different direction with drones?
I mean, it can open up an avenue, definitely. I mean, you can do drone work for, a lot of stuff like inspecting power lines. You can do a lot of stuff for gas line topography. I'm using it mainly for topography and aerial imagery. So it opens up a lot of stuff though, but I'm primarily going to be using it for survey. But having that test is a really nice thing.
And that allows you to fly up high enough.
Yeah, most of the time I can only fly up 400 feet in the air, and when you're starting to work around airports, that's when it gets crazy. But there's also a lot of stipulations and rules. Like, if you're flying, you have to tell everyone in the area you can't fly over people. It has to be a category of drone. You have to also know the FAA stuff. Like, you have to learn about aircrafts. The airports are the most important thing. You have to learn